Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to our first live stream episode of Crit Seekers.
It's already going great.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing behind the scenes going on. Everything is perfectly good here. Thank you all for coming to the stream. We're really excited to finally be kicking this off and starting everything. So there are a brief few things that I wanted to touch on before we start our actual game. So I'm going to run through those as quickly as possible. And if anyone watching has any questions, please direct them to the mods. And mods, if you don't know the answers, I have my phone on me. So feel free to text me or at me in Discord because I will get those messages and I can respond to you. It may not be in a super timely manner, but I will do my best. This is the first stream, so we'll see how this all goes. I think it's going to go great. So
Perfectly.
We're really excited for it. Firstly, I wanted to touch on what we're doing. I know that there may be some people in the stream or some of our friends who watch this later who may not necessarily know or fully understand what it is that we do during a D&D game here. So I just kind of want to touch on that really quick. So what Crit Seekers, all of us here at the table, do is a collaborative storytelling scenario using Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition that is an intellectual property of Wizards of the Coast, and we are not endorsed by them. But we do use their system to tell a story with each other, basically, at the table. To do so, we use one of the mediums of role-playing. These four inhabit characters that they have created and role-play as those characters, and I tell the story. At Crit Seekers, we like to call me the World Weaver because I have created and shaped this world that we have put together and tell our story in. So I end up role-playing as 50 characters, items, and sound effects during the entire session. So you will get to hear that and hear me do ridiculous sounds for the whole time. It'll be great. You're going to love it. To tell that story, instead of just us sitting here talking at each other, we use dice rolls. Those dice rolls help to determine what it is, the outcome of what it is that the characters want to do. Now, each player has their own page of stats that are specific to their character. So when they decide they want to do something, they say that to me, and I determine a dice roll total in my head that will succeed or fail based on what they roll. And that is basically how we go about different scenarios in the game, whether it's conversations or combat, anything like that, magical spells, it's all determined through dice rolls. That being said, we are a home game, so any of you rules lawyers out there, you're more than welcome to talk about that stuff outside of the game, and you can add us about it and we'll talk about it. However, we are going to break the rules sometimes because we like to make it so that we have fun at the table, and if breaking a rule makes it so something happens that is fun and unique to our table, we're going to do it. So sorry if anybody hates that, but
we're going to do it.
We're going to do it. As for this stream format, being a collaborative storytelling thing where we are role-playing as our characters, we won't be having really any chat interaction with you guys. So if you're watching and wanting to reach out to us and say, hey, we probably won't be able to respond because we are wanting to keep our heads in the game that we're playing here with each other. And that kind of takes us out of the world and out of character. And we just decided that we're not going to do that. Lastly, with the stream format, these will be 3 to 4 hour sessions depending on how our story goes. Closer to 3 is the plan here so that we're not keeping everybody super late, including ourselves. There will be a break at some point closer to the middle of the session, and you will know when that happens because we will tell you.
Wow.
It's just going to happen. It's
Just
suddenly going to fade to black. Yeah.
For those of you who want to tune into our continuing campaign that we are playing right now, we will be live streaming on Mondays at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. So look for us every Monday. If you enjoy what you see here and you want to keep following along with the story, that's where you'll be able to find it and follow along. We will be releasing these VODs on YouTube. I can't quite tell you the day because I have to work out some things. It will most likely be the following Wednesday or Thursday from our stream. However, if you did come from listening to our podcast, We usually release our podcast at 6 a.m. Mountain Time on Mondays. That will still be a thing, but it will be the following Monday. So this episode that airs today will be released next Monday at 6 a.m. Mountain Time. So if you want to keep listening to the podcast, that's great. It's going to be a little behind the live stream, but we kind of want to encourage people to come and watch us live because we put a lot of work into this and we're really enjoying it. So that's it for that. I want to touch really quick on the music that I will be using throughout our sessions. First and foremost, our good friend Oscar Garvin, he let us use a lot of his music that he created that you'll be hearing. If you saw the stream starting soon screen, that lovely ballad was Oscar, and a lot of the music that you will hear throughout this was made by Oscar, and he allowed us to use it. So we are immensely grateful. Oscar, if you end up watching this, thank you so much, because it has really helped shape the backdrop to our world, and I appreciate the hell out of you for it. We will also be using music by Kevin MacLeod, typical D&D music. If you've ever listened to a podcast or a stream, you've heard Kevin MacLeod. And when we get a little more emotional, I love to use music by White Sands. I will be finding a better way to do some attribution for these guys in an actual text form so that you can look them up if you like what you hear. But for now, I just wanted to shout them out at the beginning of this because I love their music and everything that it does for me. And I want to lastly thank a bunch of people really quickly, because without others, this would not have been possible. Who?
My
mom.
Well, yeah, I mean, my mom. No. First, Mitch, thank you a ton for your constant technical support and for helping me set up this Twitch stream. Without you, I wouldn't have been able to do any of the shit that is happening right now. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you, because you are always on call when I need technical support. This guy will, yeah, he will, our on-call Aussie, he will literally be at work and walk outside and get on a phone chat with me and video chat, help me do shit. So you are the best, dude. Thank you so much. John Ickes for helping me with all the audio stuff. John let us use his programs and stuff to edit our audio when we first started out. And again, without that, we wouldn't have a podcast because we had no audio editing software. So you are a star. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate you. And I really appreciate you still letting me use it. Because I'm going to.
2 years later.
Yeah.
It's easy, isn't it?
Yeah. Third, I want to thank the entire fam. All of you guys know who you are, for your undying support and for just being the fucking best. I love you all. I don't know if I even need to say more. You guys know how much we care about you.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah. I am wearing that shirt as my undershirt, just so you all know, and it will be my undershirt every D&D stream. I want to thank the Adventures Guild on Instagram, a group that I helped create with some other creators on Instagram. You guys have been amazing support through all of this and have listened to my rants and my excitement about doing all of this. So if any of you guys are in the audience, thank you so fucking much for everything you've done for me. All the fans and listeners who have inspired us to keep doing what we're doing, you guys make us want to keep doing all this and made us want to up our quality and do a stream. Big shout out to Julian, Tyson, Colette, and Ben. They were with us from the beginning of this campaign and unfortunately are not with us at the table anymore, but their characters will forever go down in infamy for the things that have happened in this campaign. Thank you guys for coming along and helping us start this whole thing. I really appreciate you guys for it. And the last thank you, Randall, Kat, Russell, and Danny. Thank you for sticking with me on this journey and being there when I've almost lost my mind along the way and almost quit maybe once or twice. But you guys make me keep wanting to do this. And I'm still blown away that we're here. 2 years ago, we dreamed about this moment. And we're fucking doing this right now.
I think it's been longer
You are
than that.
super welcome, dude.
Yeah, dude.
And I'd like to give a shout out to little Ray Ray and Big John.
Sorry, I had a long list. I just,
I
this
loved
was all
of it.
necessary.
It almost made me cry.
Also,
already.
one last thing. It's a little early, but we're not going to be streaming when it happens. So happy early birthday, Danny.
Oh,
We're
Oh,
so
yeah.
happy
Yeah.
to
Let's
have you at the
talk about
table.
Which birthday it is?
It's your 20th, right?
Well, that's
you look young enough to be 20.
I know I don't.
Okay.
They don't know that.
All
they do
that
now.
aside, Hold on.
I'm gonna have a coffee real fast.
This is my last D&D game that I'll ever have in my 20s.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
How does it feel?
Oh.
You're not
feels
excited to be
fine.
30? Not excited? No.
Also, cool thing that we realized about 5 minutes before this stream started, thanks to Kat. This is Crit Seekers campaign's
Actually, it's
50th
Danny.
session. Oh, Danny and Kat. Either way, you guys have all the. These are our note keepers. They have everything down. This is our 50th session. So to celebrate 50, we're starting a live stream, which is really fucking cool. So
It was not planned. It was a coincidence.
100% coincidence.
It's only 50?
All right.
Yeah, we've been playing for 2 years and we're only 50 sessions in.
So for those of you that
Quarantine's a
are new to our story, I'm not going to give you the whole rundown of our 50 sessions. I'm going to give you a brief explanation of what has happened since our relaunch. This is technically chapter 11 of the relaunch of our story. So I will be recapping very quickly what happened from chapters 1 through 10. If you want to know what happened in the previous, like the beginning of the Crit Seekers campaign, all of those episodes are available on Podchaser, or we have a little recap episode. It's like 20 minutes. You can listen to that wherever you find podcasts, and it will recap our entire journey so far. If you like that or you want something more, let us know. Let the mods know, and they can let us know if that's something you're interested in, because as of right now, that's going to be our recap. But okay, let's get started with a little recap of what has happened so far. So, the return to our journey found our party, the Taelented Seven, cresting a high peak deep within the Giant Spine mountain range. As they gazed over the valley before them, they spied their destination, the body of a long-fallen behemoth, a titan from the legends of old. Within, they found their quarry, an eccentric wizard named Bartholomew Whitehand. After rescuing this wizard from a rocky situation, he agreed to assist them in transporting their companion, DeWitt, to the Feywild, a mystical plane of existence located outside their own. Goodbyes shared, DeWitt departed the party, leaving them to wherever their journey would take them next. But it wasn't long before trouble tested the Taelented Seven. An old rival, once thought to be dead, staged a plot to capture Nimue and teleport her back to this once stronghold, using her to lure the party to him. There, he sought to stage a final confrontation with Tael, the one who had attempted to take his life before. The showdown did not end in this villain's favor, and the Taelented Seven emerged victorious once more, Nimue safe and sound, and the villain defeated for good. Heading back to the coastal city of Deadcairn, the group sought a brief bit of respite and reverie. As usual with our misfit band of adventurers, this didn't last long. An old acquaintance, Idris, an ancient bronze dragon that rules over the city of Deadcairn, invited them to their newly constructed keep to discuss the progress on a quest that they had sent the group on months prior. It was during this discussion that the truth about Seven's origin was revealed. Once a physical embodiment of greed, our now Kenku friend had a mental block healed by Idris and Nimue, allowing him to begin to illustrate the dangers the Taelented Seven now found themselves entangled in. To top this shocking revelation off, Idris's spies had learned that Nimue's hometown of Farsolis had mysteriously cut itself off from the rest of Feldspire, seemingly caused by an old group known as the Salvation, that she and Tael used to travel with. Even worse was the knowledge that 2 of 7 siblings, themselves respective embodiments of sin, were now thought to be traveling with the Salvation. The bond of their friendship growing ever stronger, the rest of the Taelented Seven immediately agreed to assist Nimue in confronting the Salvation, whatever the danger that lay waiting. They scrounged up some supplies and reached out to their peculiar new friend, Bartholomew, for help traversing the distance in quick fashion. It is here that we find the Taelented Seven now, at the beginning of their quest to confront the Salvation and save the town of Farsolis from what they fear they may find. So...
I had forgotten I had told you guys all of that.
We know all your secrets.
I know. I was like, crap. I was like, I forgot that happened.
We know everything.
I'm so scared. I'm very scared.
It's good. I don't know if we're going to get to Farsolis today.
Probably not. Still
Letting
scared.
us know.
Yeah, I don't think we're getting to Farsolis today.
Well, it depends on where we landed.
He asked what was 20% of 500 last time, so...
Yeah, so a brief little recap for you guys. You had requested Bartholomew to use a teleport spell on you, a bit of magic that he had been working on. This spell was not extremely accurate. Depending on if the caster knows the location or has an object that has been to the location in the past 6 months, it can be more accurate, but Bartholomew has never been to Farsolis. So it was kind of a random chance type of situation. So you had gathered some sea glass from around a town, hoping that this would be enough to maybe land you in the right place, and then forgot to use it in the spell.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the spell was cast, and you landed in places unknown. So that is where we pick up now. So the frigid air encroaches on the warmth, slowly escaping from your bodies. Eddies of frost curl around your faces as chill wind dances through the forest around you. Small clouds of vapor drift from the mouths of your companions as your breath quickens to compensate for the sudden drastic change in temperature. The only sound audible to you now is a slight whistle as the breeze blows through the sizable redwood trunks in your vicinity. This eerie calm is broken by a familiar voice that shakes you from your momentary stupor. Well, I'm not sure if we got to the right place, but it feels north to me, somewhere. Cold, at least.
Nimue, are we in the right place?
Does the forest seem like the forest around my hometown?
I would say you're familiar enough with the forest to know that this forest does seem familiar in its setting to you.
I think we're at least somewhat nearby. The trees are the right sort of trees.
Would I recognize it too? Because if it's the forest I'm thinking of, that's just like southwest
Where's
of
the
the
map?
Savage Peaks.
Would you like the map?
Oh, hey, it's right there.
Yep.
I hate the cold.
You have feathers to keep you warm.
We just bought winter clothing. We knew we were going north.
Want to share some feathers?
Absolutely not.
I'll pay you.
All right. So it's the
Okay.
forest that's like just down into the like west of the Giant Spine Mountains.
Yeah, in between like Farsolis and Vlagos.
Yes.
Is that what you're thinking?
Yes.
So as you guys are kind of discussing this, Bartholomew is standing there in the cold as the breeze blows through, kind of shaking. And he, unlike the rest of you, didn't really wear a lot of thicker, warm clothing. He has an overcoat, but he kind of looks to you and goes, "Well, I think I've got you where you need to go. I've got some business to attend to. If you would excuse me." And he turns around and he holds out his hand. You can see a bit of flame like light in his hand, and he reaches out, and a little area of snow melts off of the ground in front of him, and he reaches into a satchel and pulls out a little bit of chalk and gets on the ground and starts to trace a circle familiar to you guys as like a teleportation circle.
So we go back, then try again?
Oh, no, that spell is exhausted for me today. I'm
Oh.
going to go back and use the rest of my abilities to
the restroom.
get me to the behemoth again to continue my
Oh.
studies.
You can huddle with me for warm.
I would pass
Okay,
on that
here you
offer,
go.
but thank you.
I get up next to him anyway.
Oh my. Well, I guess this works. He just continues drawing the circle into the snow.
Can you talk to us magically? Can you like check in with us just so that we know that you didn't get like petrified again?
I think you and I both know I won't remember to do that.
That's fair.
Here, I'll write it on your arm.
He kind of like pulls away from you a little bit and goes, I think not. That's fine.
Maybe we'll just do it on our end, I guess.
Yeah.
Well,
I
that
can
works
always send
perfectly.
Messages.
So, Nimue, Tail, 7, and Nyx. Talented 7. What would you like to do?
So the mountains are north of us?
The mountains.
Are,
Can we
are
see?
they
Can we
You
see
can't.
mountains?
You are in currently like a redwood. I mean, it's not all redwood trees, but there are tall redwoods, sequoias. There's some pines around.
So we're in
It's
the
enough
forest.
of a canopy that you are in the middle of a forest.
And it's
There
like
is
flat.
I mean, it's not flat. It's like it's like hilly forested terrain.
But it's not
Um,
like mountainous. Is
No,
what I'm saying.
no, it's not mountainous, and there is maybe like an inch or two of snow on the ground. It's not a huge, thick layer of snow currently. There's just like slight eddies of frost that blow with the breeze that is blowing through the trees.
Is this forest familiar to me specifically?
No, it is
Okay.
not familiar to you.
So
You're so worried about that at the end of our last recording, and I couldn't tell you until this
Of
very
course.
moment.
I was very worried.
So I guess the first thing we need to do is figure out where we are,
So,
because this is if it's the forest that it looks like on the map. I mean, it's a big forest.
yes, it's quite large. If we can find the path that leads from the main road to Farsolis, it's an obsidian cobblestone path, and it'll lead us right to Farsolis.
Okay.
Does it like glisten?
I mean, it's
Shiny?
definitely noticeable.
Oh.
It's definitely different than.
So we follow the cobblestone road. Okay, perfect.
Can we
Yes.
climb up tree and see if we can find the path?
If we can at least see the mountains, we'll know which way to go.
Okay, I'm gonna try and climb up a tree.
Okay. Make you're climbing, so I would say athletics check to try. These are kind of the thicker, like think Northern California redwoods, where they're a bit thicker trunked in this area, where like you wouldn't be able to wrap your arms fully around. Like, so you guys watch Tail in his thick black obsidian plate armor, like walk up to a tree and eye it up and down a little bit, and then like cartoonishly jump and like
It's like that scene from Mulan.
yeah. And he slides back down, and there's a little tuft of snow that like up
How
underneath
tall are
him.
these trees?
They're probably like, I mean, they all vary. It's probably between like 50 and 150 feet. There are some large redwoods. There's some smaller ones. There's pines. There's, it's not just the redwoods, but.
Okay.
Maybe we should have like next to it. She's like smaller and like not wearing plate
Fine,
armor.
I just wanted to try, show that I
All
strong.
right. All right. I'll give it a go.
All right, give me an athletics check.
Athletics?
Mhm.
Oh, I was thinking acrobatics. I have -5.
So as you go to climb one of these trees, you pick a smaller one, like one of the pines that has a little bit what looks like an easier approach up with the branches, and go to make a climb up yourself. And it seems that all of you just haven't quite adjusted to the cold. Your joints are a little stiff with this weather and the cold breeze blowing through, and you go to scramble up and like grab the first branch and go to grab the second one, and that branch like snaps off, and yeah, you can't
What time
quite
is it
get up.
approximately?
Or
Or can we see the sun?
I have the
anywhere?
time
Yeah,
orb.
I was gonna say, so
Or the time orb. I forgot
if
about that.
Seven, you pose this question, and Nimue, if you pull out the time orb, you can see it is about the same time you left. It is the same time you left mid-cross. There was no time change there. It's like late morning at this point. You guys went straight to Bartholomew and made to leave to give yourself
Is there
travel
sunlight
time.
though? Like, or is it like
It's
overcast
It's
and stuff?
overcast, cloudy. There's not like any like direct
Sapphire.
sunlight at the moment, but it is bright outside.
Oh, it is bright. Okay.
We will have to figure out which way is at least like north to know which way to start going.
Now good time to reveal that you can actually fly.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Fly. Flap.
Why don't you try?
Well, how
you
about
can
we?
try to fly.
I don't have wings.
How about we just head north?
But we can't tell
We don't
which way
know
we
Yeah,
are
Which
not.
way north
Which way is
is?
north?
Does anybody have a compass?
Oh,
No.
Here, I'll take stick, then whatever way stick fall, go.
That's
That's the way we go.
science.
Okay, fine. Screw this. I'm going to
About this
step
time
on
in the
top of a tree.
conversation, you guys hear
Oh.
this like from behind you, and you turn and can see the circle that Bartholomew had been drawing, the sigils and arcane lines traced, complete, and start to glow and pulse. And he turns to you all briefly and just goes, "Well, good luck. Hopefully I'll see you at the behemoth sooner or later." And he steps into the circle and just goes, "Goodbye." And then there's a and flash, and he's gone, and you can see the arcane lines almost like activate and burn into the snowy grass in that area, and then Bartholomew is gone.
Great.
I'm
Now
gonna
it's just
thunder
us.
step on top of a tree.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Don't do that right next
what's
to
the distance for thunder step again?
90, I believe.
90
90
feet?
feet.
Okay, so you kind of eyeball, pick one of the taller redwoods where you can make an intelligence check for me. I just want to see if you can.
Oh.
Tail
Oh,
can
no.
eyeball which.
8.
God, we're
Well, lucky for
rolling
you,
great.
I would say this isn't a terribly difficult check to like find a tree that you can like go, okay, this is I know my spell, I know about how far I can travel. That looks about right. So Tail kind of crouches down and ready in like a ready position, and then you all hear this, and Tail's gone from where he was standing in front of you all. Tail, you appear on like a next to the trunk of a tree. Do you like grab on immediately? I figure.
Yeah.
So you like grab on, and you're like towards the top of one of the branches, and it rocks a little bit, and you can hear like the echo of the thunder rolling through the trees, and there's
Great.
some birds that like.
Every monster
Fly
in like a
off.
50-mile radius knows where we are now.
And you asked me to fly. You could have done this the whole time.
It cost a spell. Which was the mountains? Can I see?
Make a perception check.
Oh, I'm not good at these either.
You
It's fucking awesome.
Oh, that's 17.
17.
Sorry, not 17, 16.
16. You glance around, and you are at a high enough treetop that you can see over a good portion of the canopy, and the forest sprawls out around you for hundreds of miles in each direction. What you would imagine, at least 100 miles in each direction. You can't see further. There's enough overcast. The clouds are low enough, creating almost like a top layer of fog. You can't see mountains or anything.
Okay. Then I'm going to send the
Just
message
trees.
down over to Nimue and be like, I can't see anything but trees. Then I'm going to try and slowly slide down the tree.
Wait. Before you come down, do you see like any like stone hedges that like form archways that in like a path?
Or
Do I see any of
or
that?
like bodies of water.
Yes, bodies of water would be helpful.
You're high enough up that in the immediate vicinity that you can look down, you don't see either of these landmarks. You do see like with that 16, there are like open spaces in the canopy that could be meadows, they could be lakes, they could be a number of things, but there are like open portions in the treetops
looks
that you
to
can
be the biggest opening.
There is like two. I guess you're close enough to see this. You can't quite tell the distance, but like in your northwestern direction, there is kind of a larger opening.
Okay. Wherever I see that opening, I'm going to say another message to Nimue. It's like, clear the tree. Don't be near the tree really quick, okay? Then
I guess I kind of said now you guys have a
That's
point
my
of
fault.
reference a little bit, but I guess you still don't. Even saying that, you don't really know which way is.
But
yeah.
whichever direction that little canopy is in, because I'm probably going to lose what direction that's in if I come down, I'm going to throw my chakram just like down like where the base of the tree is, but just in that direction, if that makes sense.
Make an attack roll.
Why am I rolling so much? Oh, shit. Attack. Ooh, it's been a while.
If it's not a natural one, that's all I was looking for.
Okay, well, it's a 22.
Okay. So you all kind of looking up and having this mental psychic conversation with Tail through your messaging spells. All of a sudden, through the branches in the tree, you see Tail's chakram just appear about 5 feet up from the ground and then stick into the snow on like one edge of the trunk.
Then
I can't believe you killed 7.
Oh, well, he shot me once. It's okay. You can revive him. Then I'm gonna slowly not let go, but like
Start
skim
to
me
climb
down.
down.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me an athletics check.
I'm gonna.
You're climbing down acrobatics.
Damn.
Sorry. Makes more sense.
17.
17. Easy enough. It takes you about like between 5 and 10 minutes. You guys kind of just waiting down there. You can hear the shuffling up the tree a little bit. You can't quite see with the cover that the leaves and the branches form, but you can hear the occasional like snap of a branch and like twigs fall down where you are, but no tail. Tail does not fall down. About 6-7 minutes later, Tail, you emerge and you can see Tail come down and drop into the snow next to you all.
I found the way. Let's go this way. Then I'm gonna grab my chakra.
What
and
are we
like,
going towards?
there was little opening. Since the trees were so tall, I couldn't tell if it was lake or opening. But
Okay.
there's no trees over there, so let's go there. Okay.
All right. Do I know of like any like creatures that might hang out in this forest, or like of any dangers that we should watch out for?
Make a history check. While Farsolis does kind of border this forest, it's a couple, like almost a few 100-mile radius forest.
Natural 20.
Okay. So I don't think that you personally have done a lot of trekking into it. However,
No, I have a +3 to history as well.
talk through the town and any hunters that have come through Farsolis, scavenging in that area. You do know that there are certain like stone formation ruins that have been found deep within the forest. They're the typical, there are packs of dire wolves that roam the forest itself. Natural 20. There are harpies that make their nests within the forest. Great, bears. There are owl bears that have been, while scarcely sighted, there are owl bear groups that have been seen within the forest. Your typical beasts and stuff that would be forest dwelling. Nothing insanely
unusual.
crazy. Yeah.
Okay.
No 14-foot bears or anything like
Yeah,
that.
do I know of any 14-foot bears that hang around here that
No.
might be like blue?
You haven't heard any stories about that. But with the natural 20, you do know that these ruins are generally avoided because there are some weird magical auras that seem to remain in place around them.
But of course.
People who venture there, it's, the typical generally don't come back or come back different, changed.
Like how different? Like, have we treated one of these people?
I would say no, because it's all mental stuff. People come back slightly crazy sometimes. There's not a lot you can do for that. Though you and your father have probably tried at times, there was nothing that really could.
Do you mention this out loud to the group?
I do now.
Do you know what the name of this forest is?
We probably had a name for it, but I didn't come up with that in my backstory. I came up with a lot of shit in my backstory, but that wasn't one of them.
This, from what you know, if it is referred to by name in Farsolis, it's something that's been passed down through the generations from the original settlers that came here and founded Farsolis. But to greater Feldspire, any traveling that you did with the Vanguard, it doesn't really have a name. It's just a large body of trees and woods that no one really adventures in there except for maybe the settlers of Lagos for hunting, and even then it's not deep into the forest. And same with Farsolis, from what you know, it's not a like deeply trekked forest.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those where it's like if you go out there, then you're gonna like get eaten by a witch or something.
You said it's just the forest that people come back from, Matt, or was it like certain spots, or what?
No, just people who have tried to trek deep within the forest.
Okay.
With this, and you all know that like the wilds, the greater portion of Feldspire as a continent is still pretty budding. The people who have founded cities there, while some of them have been around for a couple hundred years, it's still relatively new. The lands are untamed and untrekked. A lot of it is charted. Like, everyone knows there's a forest there, but it's not something that a lot of people have gone in and like, taken the time to really like see what is in there. So all you really have is the stories of the people who have come out. and survived, but maybe not come out the same as they went in.
So anyway,
Okay.
when you say these people come back crazy, are you saying like they come back like mad and angry and aggressive and insane, anything like that, or just weird crazy?
DM? Do they? What does crazy look like?
It's not like an outward crazy. It's almost like a mental shell. They come back spouting nonsense, almost like gibberish, like mumbling it under their breath. They may respond to their name or to people that they once knew, but not in recognition, almost. It's kind of just like an automatic response, almost like the mental capacities are not there anymore.
Okay. So we should look out for those things. If we see some of those, maybe we just shouldn't go to the ruins if we see them. Most of the time, when people travel out of Farsolis, we stick strictly to the path because this force can be quite dangerous if you go wandering about.
Could you potentially use like one of your spells to find the obsidian path? You said it's of obsidian, so if it's nearby.
I didn't take locate object today,
Okay.
but I can take it tomorrow. We can just start traveling today, and tomorrow I'll take the spell
Yeah.
and hopefully
Yeah,
it'll help us
just
find it.
Do you have other spells that could provide use here?
Like what?
Just look through your spell book. You can get creative. There's some that I...
Well, it's not like I can change what spells I have for today.
No, but... I don't know. I'm just saying.
Well, until then, we might as well just start walking towards
So-
Tails' chocolate.
Yeah.
Might as well get to that
To
opening.
keep track of where they're going, I'm going to make big snowball. So their path of where snowball is.
No,
Okay.
I don't think that we should do that. I think that we should try to be stealthy. There's things that can follow us in
What
these
if I want
woods.
to make snowball?
Plus, I'm
I
pretty
heard
sure we
about
have
it and it
footsteps in the
sounds fun.
snow, so we don't really need to leave a snowball.
Well, I'll make one anyway.
I mean,
Well, I'm not gonna stop you.
I now make small ones and keep them in my bag.
All right. Which way are we going?
I make 5 snowballs and put
Towards
it in my
the-
bag.
Okay.
Which bag? The
They
meat
won't
bag?
melt in there, will
the
they?
meat
No, in my bag is special things.
It doesn't,
Right.
just a
Haversack.
note, the bag doesn't hold things at the current state that they're put in there.
Well-
It's not like a...
no, you're just gonna
Time
have water
freeze.
in there.
Tail's gonna do it anyway.
Okay, that's fine. So you all go to head in the direction to make way towards where Tail had spied this opening of sorts in the canopy. Can I have somebody helm a survival check for me to
I got
keep
this.
on the
Seven,
right
lead the way.
direction? What a ranger
gonna
is good for.
keep
Oh my
watch
god!
out.
I can actually do something with my
Don't you get
class.
advantage?
Yeah.
You're gonna keep watch as you travel.
Yeah.
So roll a perception check for me.
Should we travel more stealthily?
Yeah. What pace are you guys?
Like, if we want to travel stealthily, we have to travel slower.
We probably should anyways because we're going to Farsolis, right?
Yeah, we don't want them to know that we're coming.
Well,
And we
it's
also don't
also
want to attract dangers
Pretty
that are
hard to
unnecessary.
see out here.
I mean, don't they
anyway.
know that we're coming
I mean,
or anticipate it?
I didn't tell you guys that I sent him a message, did I?
Never
You did
mind.
not.
I think so.
I
No.
didn't say that. It's been 4 months.
I got 25 on my survival.
Okay. 7, this is something that you've grown accustomed to in your travels, and now you feel almost more at home in the forest here because this is where you learned these skills, is in a forest. And it's really easy for you to pick up on that's the direction we're heading. I can keep us on the right path.
Hell yeah.
And you start trudging in that direction. And what was your perception check?
Oh, I haven't done. I'm sorry. Cocked. Wow. 13. Hey, don't laugh at me.
Okay.
He's laughing because now we're not gonna see what's gonna get us.
So, are you keeping up that perception like throughout the travel? Or are you just staying vigilant
I'm
as
just
you?
staying vigilant.
Okay.
But I think that we should travel stealthier. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So you begin to travel at a slower pace keeping vigilant around you as you do so. Seven helming the path in front of you. Every once in a while, you'll see Seven kind of stop and just glance around the area and glance back the way that you came, and then assuredly head in the direction that he has found to be the right way. About midway through the day's travel, you travel for a couple hours. That opening was a distance enough away from you that it was large enough that you could see, but it wasn't immediately next to you. So a couple hours into your travel, Nimue and your like vigilance looking around through the trees, you start to pick up maybe 50, 60 feet away from you shapes moving through the upper, like just the upper brows of the tree branches. You can just see shapes, movement. And it seems to be following
Hold
you.
on 1 second. The thing's following us.
What's following us?
I think it might be... It could be harpies. Could just be birds.
Maybe Virgil knows what they are.
Virgil doesn't... Virgil's useless. He doesn't ever help me.
He helps me.
Can we see what they're just shapes?
All you see is movement. Like in the brows, you see a shape move, and then it's gone.
Should we
And
try
then
to hide?
as you walk a little further in the same direction, shapes, and then it's gone. Moving a little further off to your right, shapes in the brows, gone.
Is it like all around us or...
Just to the sides so far.
Should we try to hide?
Maybe we just
Or continue?
stay. I think they know that we're here. Let's stay as quiet as possible, but maybe have your weapons ready to go.
Mhm.
Okay.
Are there any other creatures that we've seen, like any other birds or anything really?
Yeah, the typical small like creatures throughout a forest. I mean, there are some birds. There's some rodents that are still out in the colder weather, like kind of thick furred coated like squirrels and things of that nature. See a couple smaller like thicker coated foxes that like dash towards you and see you and then scamper off away from you guys. But nothing out of the ordinary for a forest.
The next time a creature comes close by, I'd like to communicate with it.
Okay. So you all continue on and you communicate this to Nimue, and Nimue, as you're kind of walking and glancing both sides, you've noticed these figures for probably about the last half hour of your trek as you're going. Nothing has happened in that half hour. And again, you see a blur of movement to your left and call it out to Seven.
Do I notice it's like just like a forest animal?
Make a perception check as she kind of calls it out and you look in that direction.
I crit failed.
Great.
You look to where she pointed out. There's nothing there.
You lied.
No, I think I just am more observant than you are.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I-
In that case, I'm going to just spend a minute in concentration to use my primeval awareness to see if it's at least the
Humanoids? Is that what you're...
yes, favorite enemies. I was like, what's that word again? Yeah,
Okay. And it's within...
5 miles.
You...
And also fiends.
Okay, yeah. You reach out, and...
Wait, if you can detect... Never mind. Sorry. Keep going.
Within 5 miles of you, there are no hints of humanoids or fiends in the area.
Well, whatever's out there, at least it's not human.
Yes, that's what
I
I
don't-
was thinking too.
I don't know if that's
But
comfort.
that can be bad too. Right?
I didn't say it was the best
Or
thing.
bad.
But if you can do that, then you can tell when we're at least 5 miles, like within 5 miles of Farsolis, if you can detect humans.
I mean, that is true, but we would have to get pretty close, and I'm sure by the time we're 5 miles from Farsolis, we'll probably know we're somewhat close. I mean, I wouldn't know. I've never been around these parts, so...
What's the light level here?
It's As you kind of reach midday, the cloud cover
It's midday.
persists.
Okay,
And
okay,
it's still pretty dim sunlight. I mean, it's enough light that you're not like having trouble seeing around you, but there's no like direct
I
sunlight
thought
coming
the
onto
same
the.
thing too.
Well, let's just continue to opening. If these things are flying or traveling through the trees, at least we might be able to see them in opening.
Yeah, let's.
It will be hard
Try
for
to
them
get
to
there,
attack us out in the
Because if
open.
we can find one of those ponds or lakes that's on the map, then maybe we can figure out where
Okay.
we are.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it is one of those.
Let's just
Okay.
continue.
So you continue on for about another 45 minutes travel. Along the way, there are a couple moments where, Nimue, you do spot these shapes up in the brows just moving next to you. Nothing happens. They just disappear as quickly as you see them. A little while later, you may pick up on it again. After that 45 minutes, you reach the edge of a tree line, and you can see out in front of you. This is not.
I'm like, why is this music so
It would have been great if I was revealing something terrifying, but as you reach this tree line, you can see what appears to be the massive opening in the canopy that Tail had spotted. There is a large body of water
Oh, great.
that comes around. It is frozen over at this point in time, and you can, you come to this large body of water.
Are there any other bodies of water like nearby?
I mean, you'd have to venture around. You can't. The trees are thick enough that you can't just like look over there and go, a body of water.
Well, because I'm just looking at this here map,
Mhm.
and there's like 3 bodies of water that are like all like right next to each other, and there's no trees in between them. It looks like they're almost connected.
May I?
You may, I suppose.
I could have pulled it up, but I kind of want to make sure that's the. Oh, yeah, that is exactly where you guys are.
Fuck
So there are
hook me up,
this
fam.
large opening. There are 3 separate larger lakes.
Oh, but it's all frozen over anyways. I'm sure it's under
Mhm.
snowfall, huh?
There's no snowfall currently, but they are frozen over. You can
Okay.
see there's like a thin layer of frosty snow over the top.
Okay.
And as you reach this lake and stare out, faintly the sound of the wind through the trees behind you begins to take on this strange melody. This tune slowly builds
I would know about harpies
and
that
starts
they do
to take
this shit,
on
right?
the qualities of an actual
Haven't we
song.
run into harpies?
And the volume crescendos with sudden intensity, and this strange song begins to overtake all of your other conscious thought. And I need you all to roll wisdom saving throws for me, please.
Well, I was gonna say if I recognize it as harpy song.
You wouldn't have.
I wouldn't
mean,
have?
the
Okay.
second you'd recognize it's a harpy song, it's too late.
Got it.
Wisdom saves. Ooh,
Why
no,
am I
I'm
rolling
cunning.
So trash.
11.
This isn't gonna be good.
Oh, damn. Okay.
17 for me.
Wait, what kind of save was it again?
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Okay. I had 15.
7.
Okay. So this song, Nimue and Nyx, that melodious tune that had moments ago seemed to entice you, suddenly becomes this atonal, wrong sounding music to your ears, and you shake your head as if shaking off this pressure that seemed to like have subtly grown in your mind. And Taelented Seven, as your last free thought fades, all you seek is the object emanating this desirous melody. You begin to walk in the direction it seems to be originating, out towards the frozen lake. And you two watch Taelented Seven just begin to walk
Where are
their
you
full
going?
movement speed
What are you doing?
out
Can
onto
I-
the lake itself.
There's music.
Can I use shape water to freeze their feet to the lake? So they
You
can't
would
go
only be able
forward?
to get one in this instant as they walk out, and as they step onto the lake, you can hear the and their full movement. So
Whichever one seems like they're further away, I'll get that one.
I'd say they're relatively close by. So you're just gonna have to make a choice here.
Ah! Okay, I'll I'll get 7. No, wait, I'll get Tail. I feel like he's going to be able to get away faster. I'll get Tail.
Okay. So as they both take off 60 feet out onto this frozen lake.
I'm going to try to stop. I'm not going to just let him walk out there without trying. When she tries to stop Tail, I was going to try to stop 7. I'll fucking click my boots together and just run up and tackle him.
Okay. So both of them, they don't get their dash. They make it about 30 feet onto the ice at this point. Tail goes to take another step, and you reach out, Nimue, and you can see the frost kind of around the edges of where Tail is running start to swirl up around his feet and then just solidify. And Tail, you're stuck in place, and you're trying to get... I need you to make a strength check for me as you're, like, trying to get out of this. 7.
Damn.
You run out onto the ice. Nix, you see this and click your boots and run after him and go and make a... I'd say a grapple check, so opposing athletics checks from both of you. As 7, you need to find out where this song is coming from, and Nix comes up behind you and moves to tackle.
Well, you said athletics, right?
Mm-hmm.
11.
Well, 7.
Fitting.
Cheers to the governor.
What was your 18? So, Nimue, there's a moment where you feel that, like, bit of relief as his feet freeze, and Tail, you struggle, and you watch his right foot, and then his left foot, and Tail continues to run just as Nix, you dive towards 7 and wrap around his waist and think you're about to pull him down, and he just like pushes you off of him and continues going. And these two are a little out of it. You two hear over the quiet, soundless landscape around you. 3 of you, I need to have you make dexterity saving throws as the ice gives way beneath you, and you fall into the frigid depths of the lake.
I crit failed.
Just so you know, you only need 4 inches to comfortably walk over a sheet of ice. Or, like, on a lake and stuff.
For saving throws?
I thought you were just saying you only comfortably need 4 inches. I'm like, to what are you referring to?
You only comfortably need 4 inches.
Comfortably, at least.
It's not the size.
Wait, what saving throw am I doing?
Dexterity.
It doesn't matter.
I got a dirty 20.
Okay.
I got 28.
Okay. So,
I thought it didn't
I guess
matter
it
in a
makes sense
bad
the
way.
one in plate armor.
Nix, as you dive and roll and you hear the cracking underneath you, you glance down as you're like belly down on the ice, having missed 7, and can see a crack just like run up past your face, and you roll just in time as the ice gives way underneath where you were. 7, the ice cracks under one foot, and that foot falls in, and you pulled up and step back, and then the other foot cracks, and you stumble a couple steps, and then keep walking towards. So you make it your whole 60 feet out onto the lake at this point.
I don't know if that's a good
Tail.
thing, but I did it.
It's not a good thing.
Your legs break free of this ice that had just caked around your feet, and as you go towards wherever this music is coming from, it breaks, and you watch Tail disappear beneath the frigid waters below him. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
I can't swim. Crit fail.
Get a new die.
Are you the new me?
Okay.
Fuck those dice. Okay, let me get a different set.
Was that 2 in
So-
a row?
Yeah, that was 2 in a row.
The amount of time that you normally would be able to breathe underwater is cut in half as the frigid, cold water surrounds you, and it feels like needles pricking into every bit, like in between the armor that you're wearing, as the heavy armor is weighing you down at this point as well, and you start to sink down below. And as you glance up, hold on, let me see. Make another wisdom saving throw for me.
Do we get to do anything at this point in time?
This is the turn, and
Okay.
so he would have dashed this. Everyone's going at once, so this isn't like,
It's 10.
a 10. Okay. All right. So you begin to try to swim back up to find the source of you still just desire this
I can't
song.
swim.
And as you get it, like you're barely pulling away and you get up, the hole that you fell through is gone. It's ice. You can't seem to find, and you begin to like scratch and claw at the ice, and as you do that and stop paddling, your armor starts to weigh you down and you start to sink more. You take 4 points of cold damage as the icy water bites into everything around you. So Nimue, you have used an action this turn. You've used an action and like a movement. You still have your boots clicked, so you have more movement as you're laying on the ice. You have movement and a bonus action, I believe, Nimue, because Shape Water is an action, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I do I see where Tail is right now?
You don't. You watched him disappear below the water.
Okay.
And he doesn't come back up.
So okay. I mean, I would get back up.
Okay. So you stand up and you can, being a lot lighter weight than the others on there, the ice doesn't seem to like continue to crack in your direction at the moment as you stand still.
Whoa,
stood up.
I'm very light, okay? I ain't no heavy-set bird.
Yeah, it was the action of her tackling that
I'm not trying to
the
hibernate
heavy
yet,
steps.
Okay, I mean, I have something I want to do, but do we have to wait? Is something...
Well, I have to have another action, so
Okay.
I gotta wait till the next round.
Well, are we done with this one then?
Yeah, is everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Nimue, as you like frantically start looking for Tail on the ice, you see the other two there. From behind you, you hear this. You turn around, and emerging from the forest are these two hulking wolves. And as they step through the tree line, they look at you, and you can see tendrils of black smoke curling up from their eyes. And I would like everybody to roll initiative for me.
Oh shit!
That's not
Damn
good.
it! Fucking shit!
I'm also going to need a
Fucking
little
A.
bit of commentary while I go grab the map.
All of my dice are fucking me today.
Yeah, dude, you're rolling real bad.
Hey, where's that map?
Subscribe.
Let's show the chat our map.
It's number 9 on my hotkeys.
I can't come around that fast. Somebody else press that.
I got it.
So just so you guys know,
Will that cut the audio?
no, it will just show
okay.
it will just show the map instead of us.
Oh, that's so cool.
So that's the map. If you look at it right now, we are on that top left part of the main island in that big ass forest that you see there. That's where we're about to get fucked over.
Yeah, it's
just if you
great.
wanted to know.
Yeah, you see the 3 lakes. That's where we're at.
Uh-huh. And for everybody, those in the chat who haven't been with us for long enough, smoke coming out of anything's eyes, particularly colored smoke,
How did you have this set?
and it can be of multiple colors,
I went to 100.
tends to have some affiliation with my terrible, terrible family. So
That's an understatement.
we don't like these wolves already. If they
is
were just
bad,
normal
dude.
wolves, they could have been okay, you know? But the
They
fact
could
that
have
they got
been
black
our
smoke means they're
friends.
affiliated with my sister,
Can
and
you
fuck
possess
her.
them?
What?
Like if your sister has done that thing.
Oh, yeah, they can't do that to me. At least as
Well,
far
no,
as
I'm
I
saying,
know.
can you take over somebody that they took over?
That's if he wants to
I
probably
I
get
don't know
another
how- I don't
minus
know how
to
to
his
switch it back.
stats.
I've never tried that before. So,
Sorry.
Man,
Last
Didn't
time he
realize
did
it
something
wasn't
like that, he
switched.
got minus to his negative to his stats.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, let's see.
All right, where am I drowning?
yeah, where are you dying
Oh
today?
wait, should we put up the battle cam?
Yeah, after I get it set up.
Okay. So while we're setting this up,
I'm gonna just put you guys-
thanks so much everybody for listening in. We're really fucking excited to have you here.
So I hope you guys enjoyed my character from the 1 hour that you've
Yeah,
heard about
he's
him.
about to die. Great. I'm so happy.
This is really cool, though,
that
this
this
map.
is happening.
I know.
Yeah, it looks fucking dope. Too bad you guys can't fucking see it.
oh, those are big wolves.
Oh,
Holy fuck,
Jesus.
those things are massive.
Now, first, there's a 14-foot
All of your
bear. Now there are like 8-foot wolves.
Jesus
You know.
Christ.
Great.
Yeah, my
Okay,
family's not
okay.
very fun. For us, at least.
Alright, I think that's an okay
I'm not in it.
Yeah, I couldn't. The map's a little larger than normal, so it's kind of hard to fit all of it in it.
So I'm like
You want me to scoot it
Tails
back
is-
and see?
very edge.
Yeah, we
like,
can
Right
see. Well,
here.
I meant like the camera.
I don't know if the camera. Sorry, everybody. I really don't know why that's happening.
I
Well,
heard
there.
the door.
I can move the camera and stuff like that, so you can see what is going on with Tail. And then I can move it back and tilt it to see the rest of. Yeah, see, it's not that bad. I can do this. That's not. That's MB Dizzle. Yeah, all right.
Ah, God. Technical difficulties.
It's fine.
So yeah, look at that.
Sorry about
We're
the
about
dogs.
to drown. Or well,
We have a very
Tail's
barky
about to
girl
drown.
here. She's super
Okay.
sweet.
Yeah, sorry. That was supposed to be another introductory thing. We have doggos, and sometimes my doggo is loud, and I am sorry. But, doggos, so. Okay. Let me switch over to my...
Oh, what did I get for my initiative is mediocre.
My initiative is really trash, and
Mine
I
is
really
great.
needed it to be good.
Mine is
but
really
that's
trash,
not a good
too.
thing when I'm still charmed, so I might just end up
What the
killing
fuck
myself.
is that?
Somebody's knocking on the door.
Well,
So-
that's just too bad, isn't it?
Okay.
Even though there's a note that says, please don't knock or ring doorbell.
Yeah.
Great.
I called him wondrous in that note too.
Oof.
Bitches.
I'm so sorry, everybody. We tried our best. Okay. Tail.
5.
God. Nyx.
Oh, no.
15.
7.
23.
Nimue.
6.
Jesus, you guys. I didn't want to kill you the first fucking live stream session.
Well, then did I make such
okay.
difficult
I got a
fucking shit?
second
Oops, that's not a
character
D20.
just in case.
Yeah, we're all down 17 hit points too. We
Yep.
should have healed.
What's
I-
healing?
I
we
really
should have done that.
Ooh, well, that's, I guess,
We
good
all have
for you
enough hit
guys.
points. Okay, I'm at 65.
I'm afraid of these wolves.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm at.
Okay.
I'm afraid of the water.
I don't know if they'll go on the
So-
water though.
7. At the start of your turn, I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw for me. Or this would be the end of your from the end of your last turn. Because you roll at the end of the turn. but-
14.
Okay, that's enough. As you're running towards this, that's just barely enough. As you're running towards
I knew
this sound, you stop, and the melody suddenly becomes that same atonal feeling and fades, and you look around and look down, and you can see the very precarious situation. You stand on the ice and look over to Nyx, who has kind of stood next to you with the same stance of like, there's a big hole in the ice right behind you where you just were, and you can see to your left there's another hole, but no one there. What would you like to do?
Bitch. All right, when I turn around, do I see the wolves?
Yeah.
Do I
You
see
turn
their
around and you
eyes?
can see Nimue turned around looking at these two wolves that seem to be coming around the base of this larger hill behind her towards her.
Do I see their eyes?
From that far away, I mean, yeah, definitely. You can see the
Bitch.
tendrils of black smoke drifting up from their eyes.
All right, well, let's see what to do.
How do they know where we would be?
Do I know where?
Remember the thunder step
Um,
and the things
Bitch.
following you for the last hour and a half?
Hey, at least I found us the water that I drowned in.
do I notice that like, or do I know I was charmed and everything, but do I know that Tail fell in the water?
No.
Damn it. Okay. Well, I guess I can't do much about that then. All right. First, I turn around. I look at Nyx. I'm like, okay, this isn't a good situation, but where's Tail?
Swimming.
Ah.
I've got Tail. You
Yeah.
two just get back to fucking land.
All right. Well, if you can get Tail, then sure, I will get back to land. I'm gonna walk. Yeah, basically towards land.
Okay. Yeah, you can move yourself. That's still water.
Damn it. Well, it wasn't very clear.
It's clear. There's water underneath it.
All right. Okay. So I'm going to make it so that when I dash, it costs my bonus action.
Okay.
And then I'm going to. What would be the best thing to do? What to do? All right. Well, first thing I'm just going to do is just shoot the first wolf on my left. So
Alright,
this one.
Yeah. Okay.
So this wolf. Oh, this wolf. Chat. Damn it. This. You'll figure it out anyway.
Okay.
Oh, that's not good. This is a 12 hit.
A 12 does not hit. So your first arrow flies wide over its head as it like just ducks down a little bit, and then its gaze turns from Nimue to you.
Okay, that's fine. There's a 20 hit.
A 20 does hit.
Okay.
And yeah, as its gaze locks with you, you keep eyes locked and knock another arrow and pull and fire. And it finds purchase in the wolf's shoulder.
All right. And so while I was knocking my arrow, I say the magic word Frelfin.
Okay.
And
As the runes alight on your black shafted bow, that these elven runes seem to light up along the length of it, and the string itself starts to coat in layers of frost. And as your arrow releases, that same layer of frost gathers around it, smacks into the shoulder of this wolf.
10 piercing, 3 cold.
Nice. All right. It doesn't seem it like flinches as the arrow hits, but doesn't stop, the eyes locked on you.
All right. Well, that's my turn.
Okay. Now it's their turn.
Great.
First of all, that wolf is going to, let's see. Yeah. All right. So they're both going to kind of come up and pincer both you and Nimue.
I almost feel like the ice is safer.
Gotta bring out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
all
tell
the
that to me.
stats.
Well, not when
Okay.
you're drowning.
We said ice,
I
not
said ice,
underwater.
like on the ice, not under the
So,
ice.
7, as this wolf runs up to you, it takes a swipe with its claw as it, Jesus Christ, reaches you. That's a natural 20.
Cancelled.
You are right next to him. Cool. However,
He's gonna cancel your cancel.
would that play into that? No, because she canceled it, so it's not a crit. Okay, still hits. I'm just gonna roll as it swipes into you. You almost feel like this invisible force just angle you just slightly different, and the claw just kind of like scrapes across the front of your chest, and then it comes down to bite with a natural 20.
Cancelled.
And again,
Wait, I can't
Yeah, I
do
was
2
like-
reactions. Fuck.
Oof.
okay.
Well,
What the fuck?
fuck. Mason.
All right. It was nice knowing you, chat.
Get 2 crits in a
So-
row. I get 2 crit fails.
Okay, so the first attack. Oh wait, that one's not the crit. Okay, so the first attack does 21 points of damage. Or sorry, no, 14 points of damage. And the second attack.
Holy shit.
Oof. Oh fuck. Does 52 points of damage.
Jesus fuck.
I'm unconscious.
That's not the psychic damage either. And and 8 points of psychic damage.
I
And
fall.
you need to make a wisdom saving throw. Oh, well, you fall unconscious. So, point of order. We are going to be playing with some different death saving rules here because I hate that when someone goes unconscious, they literally just sit there for the entire combat. So I put that little sheet on all of your tables. So you fall prone. As the pain overtakes you, you fall prone in that space right there. You are not completely unconscious at the moment until we make some death saves. Nimue, the two attacking you, or the one attacking you, apologies. So it goes to claw at you, and exact opposite range of the spectrum. That's a 10
Misses.
and a 21,
Hits.
22. Okay, so the claw misses. You pull up your shield in time as it scrapes across it, and as you pull the shield back, you see the fangs of this creature come forward and bite into your shoulder. So that's 22 points of piercing damage as it bites into your shoulder, and god damn it, 8 points of psychic damage. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw. As the bite, you feel the teeth pierce into your shoulder, and you feel the sharp piercing pain in your head
Wisdom
as
saving?
well. Mm-hmm.
Um, 25.
25. Okay. So you that pain subsides immediately as it began, and you are fine.
Thank gods.
Um,
So we got one guy unconscious, one drowning,
Half our party's
And-
yeah,
not
this
there.
and
is.
now it's just Nix and I.
Yeah. See, that's not even the worst part. As this happens, you hear some
Heartbeats.
pads up onto the top of the hill above you. As another wolf.
Jesus
Stop
fuck.
it! Stop it! You're
Not
gonna
even the
TPK us
It's on the
literally
very first
on the
session.
first session.
Hey guys, way to watch us all die.
That's the end of our Crit Seeker stream.
I think it will be funny.
This is actually just a one shot.
Okay. Hopefully my turn can come around before they
It's your
fucking murder
turn.
us.
As you see Seven kind of dash past you and run up, and you see 2 arrows loosed into this wolf that then charges him and immediately throws him to the ground, and he seems unmoving at the moment.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Would I see those 2 wolves and think of the Seven's twin sisters? I mean,
Immediately.
He did. Okay.
That smoke, we fucking
Hold
know
on,
that
hold on,
shit.
hold on. I gotta find. I just.
It's
saw
different than the green that you have seen before, but
But we know it's different based on
Mhm.
the sibling that does it.
yeah.
Fuck me, man. Sorry. I'm trying to find when he first told us about your crazy ass freaking.
Well, the black one is the one of death. She's got pale skin. She's small, thin, and sickly, and she's got black irises.
Mm-hmm.
She looks crazed. That's what I saw from my scrying spell last session.
I just don't think. I don't think combat's gonna get us out of this.
No, we should probably run away.
We're not gonna get away.
If we go across the ice, I've got some shit.
All right.
This is not how I expected this to go.
Oh, you didn't expect us to kill us?
No, I did all the fucking
Oh, this is so hard.
We're not very
Everything went
powerful.
so
CR
poorly.
rating. You're level 9.
That's still pretty bad.
I'm going to take my stiletto
Mm-hmm.
and just. Can I use it as a bonus action? Just place it into the ground or into the ice where I am.
Sure, I'll allow that.
But like, obviously, I'm going to try and find a piece where it's not going to just sink in.
Yeah, no, you're able to like stab it into a thicker chunk, and it rests there.
Okay, so then, do I have 50 feet to move into that? Or how much movement do I have?
I had put 7 was out 50 feet, so you should be able to make it back to the shore.
40 feet.
Okay, and you were right next to me.
He was a little further than you, so you should have plenty of...
What I want to try to do is run up. God, I'm so sorry. Everything that I was gonna do doesn't matter anymore.
Normally I would be a stickler about it, but this went south really quick, so I'm allowing for a little more time to think during this combat, especially because didn't expect this.
Will you let me? I just want to try and get 7 out of there. So, fuck it. Instead of just with my bonus action putting that there because I can't. It's not going to do anything. That means I have action, but I have 150 feet of movement, or with an action picking up 7 or dragging him, whatever. I want to run and get 7 and bring him back out to the ice.
Okay, so you can run up to 7. Grabbing him and pulling him is going to be half movement to drag somebody.
So then that would still be 75 feet of movement I would have. Or, well, how much does it take to get there?
35 feet.
35, so that means I have 65 left, so like 30 feet that I could drag him.
Yeah.
Damn.
With my boots, so I'll call him back out.
The wolf will get an attack of opportunity of you as you leave its area.
That was fine.
Okay.
Well,
I
I,
mean,
don't know if it's
doesn't-
fine, but I'm
It's gonna happen anyway.
But an attack of opportunity, I still have a reaction.
Do you? Oh, so you can do... Yeah. Okay. So it goes to swipe its claw at you. It's a natural 1. So as it's standing on the edge of the bank there, and you come up and grab its dinner that it has just felled at its feet and start pulling it, it swipes out at you, and its legs on the edge of the bank slip and land on the ice. And let's see if the ice... It holds. But it does we're going to do another one just because it was a natural 1. Okay, and he holds. And his foot, as it hits the ice, slips out from under it for a second, and then it catches itself, but it does not make its attack against you.
Okay.
And it just kind of stares at you, and as you get up close, you can see the smoke drifting slowly from this creature's eyes as it turns and locks those eyes at you, dragging away its food.
Now it's just Nimue next to a bunch of wolves.
Speaking of Nimue.
Thank God.
Could I see any kind of recognition in the wolf when it saw 7?
You're a little too far away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cast Control Water.
Okay.
And I'm going to redirect flow, and I'm going to take all of the water and direct it behind me at the wolves.
Okay.
And also to try to, kind of flush Tail out of wherever the fuck he is as well.
I have to...
MVP
let me get the wording of this spell really quick.
Yeah, so redirect flow. You cause flowing water in the area to move in a direction you choose, even if the water has to flow over obstacles, up walls, or in other unlikely directions. The water in the area moves as you direct it, but once it moves beyond the spell's area, which is 300 feet, it resumes its flow based on the terrain conditions. The water continues to move in the direction you choose until the spell ends or you choose a different effect.
I'm just going to be washed into the forest and get lost.
Also, for my bonus action, I'm going to cast Spare the Dying on 7.
Okay, so 7, you stabilize. Thank God. Wait. Oh, control. I clicked create or destroy water.
Yeah,
I was
no,
like,
wrong
this
one.
doesn't
This
make
is
sense.
the 4th level spell.
Yeah.
Dang.
Okay. So I think I have a visual for what you're doing. I just, one more time. So you're going to pull however much water you can from in front of you.
Yeah.
And then push it back towards the wolves.
Yeah, and I'm gonna try to do some I know I'm kind of water affinity. I'm gonna try to direct it around me so that way it doesn't get me as much.
One point of order is that I wouldn't necessarily call this flowing water. It's like standing water, like the lake itself.
Well, so it's you can redirect the flow, so if it's not flowing at all, I can redirect the flow of it so now it is flowing.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
It's essentially just like you move the water in a direction you choose.
Okay. First time each creature not the end. Oh, that's the vortex. Okay, that's not that one.
How much area can you affect?
Well, I can affect
100 feet, a cube up to 100 feet on a side.
Yeah.
100 cubic feet?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I could essentially do
Lot of
100
water.
cubic feet of water.
Yeah, if you yeah.
One
That's a
one
lot.
other
That's a lot of
thing.
fucking water.
3 of your allies are on the water that you are pulling right now.
Well, I'd rather that they just fall to the bottom of the lake than...
You don't know how deep the lake is.
Well, I'm also trying to get Tail out of it. So if I end up pulling all 3 of them to me while pushing the wolves away, that is a win.
Yeah, just do it. See
Okay.
what happens.
So Nimue, in that split second, you turn away from the wolves and look back at the water in front of you, and you put up both of your hands, and you can feel that warm, divine surge of energy emanate from your chest and flow out to your hands, to your fingertips, as you feel it almost activate in your hands. And you reach out and hold up your hands, and you can see, Nyx, as you're pulling 7 across the ice in front of you, the water underneath the ice like starts to flow away from you towards the shore in the area around you. And you glance, or I guess you're looking straight because you're pulling 7, looking straight at Nimue. You can see this ball of water start to form around like the area she's in. And Nimue, as this is forming, you just turn and throw the spell backwards. Tail, roll me percentile dice. That's how we're going to determine if you're in this.
I would really
flow.
like it if... I'm going to do it in like the area that I think that he is and like give it like a wide berth.
I just want to
get
let
it
you
all.
know that I've been rolling like absolute crap. So
We know.
That's the only reason that I'm having him roll 7.
Hello?
Dude, what the fuck? Okay,
Use your third set of dice. Come on.
so
how many sets of dice do I have to go through?
Tail, for you,
Fucking A.
as you're underwater holding your breath and you can feel the sharp pain of the cold water around you, and you're clawing at the ice at the surface trying to find an entrance, your body is suddenly like flung and spun around in a twirl. You're not taken with the water, but the flow of the water around you like pulls you and spins you around. You'll get to roll another wisdom at the... I'm going to roll another wisdom save. That's what I'm going to allow. You didn't get pulled with the water, but I will allow another wisdom
am I
save.
gonna be today?
Oh my fucking god! Stop rolling 7s.
Another 7?
6.
What the fuck, dude? Okay, well,
How many
you
sets
still
of
want
dice
that
do I
song.
have?
Tail, you as a being have never cared for music and the arts, but for some reason this song is all it takes, like, even over Valley. The only thing you want right now is to whoever is making this beautiful music. But your breath is slowly running out. Jesus. Okay, I'm going to roll some saves for these wolves. We're going to call them...
While I'm casting, can I be like walking into the water? I want to be like walking away from them.
That's a really great visual
Sure.
of this music.
Thank you. I'm fucking sick as hell.
Yeah, I can only shoot arrows that are cold.
Fuck yeah. All right. So, here's the visual to how it plays out. Nimue, you turn, throwing this spell over your shoulders as you don't even see the amount of water that is gathered behind you because you turn before it fully does so. But as you're reaching your hands out towards these snarling, matted furred wolves with the black smoke curling up their eyes, this frigid, icy cold wave splashes into them and throws them back. We're gonna give you fall off the hill.
Sorry I did that, but I'm
Bounce up onto the hill. We're gonna bounce up this way and fall off the hill into the
No,
tree.
not the shrubbery.
My shrubbery that Danny made. The little berries. So yeah, you watch this and begin to step backwards onto the ice that is cracked in some places. The water was in the lake has taken the place of the water that you just pulled out and threw out of the lake itself. So Nyx, for that split second that the water is pulled out from under you, there's a lot of pressure on the ice, and you start to see the cracks underneath you, and then immediately more water flows. You're both light, and you're not jumping on the ice this time, so it holds for the time being. But yeah.
I'd like to move my full movement out
Okay.
onto the ice.
If you're trying to be careful, it's half movement on the ice. If you're trying to like get out there, you can run your full movement, but you're going to be risking the ice cracking and breaking below you.
I'll go my full way, but I won't go right next to them. But
Okay.
because I'm not worried about getting in the fucking
So make
water.
a dexterity, not a saving throw, a check for me.
8. Trash.
30. Okay, so as you run out in that direction, the ice beneath you starts to crack, and dexterity saving throw this time as it gives way beneath you.
I think that's still only a +2, but let me check. Okay, 14.
14. That's just barely enough as you had been anticipating this, knowing that you were running out there, and you just
I
barely...
spent a lot of time on ice in my
You
childhood.
lift up your left foot, and just as the ice splits underneath it, and you twirl and kind of swirl on your right foot and land your left foot as that ice caves in, you are still up on the ice itself. Well, that was fucking badass.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
I am what their person. This is my
Okay.
favorite terrain.
Tail.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that...
Fuck. I was really hoping I'd get you. But I maintained concentration on control water for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, you spend your turn trying to go for the song again. Make a dexterity check make a perception check for me to see if you can start to find a way out of your icy grave.
9.
Oh my god. Fuck.
Hey, that's
Fuck.
progress.
You still start like you swim up once more and start scraping, and then make a wisdom saving throw as you take 5 points of cold damage from the water around you.
I crit.
Yes, finally.
Okay. So as
How
the
many points of damage? Sorry.
5, as the needle like piercing that you feel through your entire person underneath your armor, it almost is like splashing your face with cold water in the morning, where you kind of like shake out of your stupor and you realize where you are, and there's that moment of panic as you're holding your breath, staring up at a sheet of ice and trying to claw your way out, but you are now conscious.
I can't swim.
And that great feeling might not last too long.
I didn't have a great feeling about any of this.
Wait, so you're unconscious?
As you guys on the ice from the
No,
low
I'm
cloud
unconscious.
cover ahead see 2 shapes emerge.
No. I
Can it
swear
pick
to
me
God.
up out of the water?
Okay. Jesus.
Fuck.
Well, that's nice.
Run is what we're gonna do. We're gonna run.
So this one is going to swoop down, and it's flying above. The
It was
water,
that
but
close.
They were just up in the cloud cover.
The clouds are that low.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
It's like overcast, foggy. It's gonna swoop down at you, Nimue, and take a swipe. It's like flapping its wings above the water, but we're just gonna put it there. All right, okay. So that's a 7 to hit,
Great.
and it goes to make another claw attack against you, and that's a 15 to hit.
That
Still
misses.
miss. Yeah. So you hear kind of up above you, and you look up and see the form of a harpy emerge from the cloud, come down at you, and you pull your shield up as it batters into it twice. The other one swipes down and is going to try and pick Seven's body up.
But Nyx is holding on to it, right?
So it needs to make a strength check. Okay. And then opposing grapple checks, we'll call it with you, Nick. So opposing athletics checks.
I believe. For my
Please.
sake.
No!
natural fucking
See?
20.
Told you.
Okay,
But I get a -1, so it's 19, but I got a natural 20.
that's okay. As this creature flies down towards you and you hear the screech and look up, it flies down and you almost ready yourself to fight it as you see its clawed feet wrap around Seven's body and start to pull. And Seven begins to lift up and you like pull him back down and yeah, pull him out of the harpy's grasp. And then yeah, it's going to stay right there, but that is its action. So that is the 2 harpies. Okay, 7. You are...
Am I up?
You are
Am I
stabilized.
finally awake?
Because you were at 0 hit points, so this is an interesting point to figure out because you were prone. You weren't quite unconscious.
I wasn't incapacitated
So-
or unconscious yet.
We'll say that you're still at 0 hit points, but you are conscious. You're stabilized.
Okay.
You are no longer bleeding out from the bite wound into your shoulder. But any bit of damage that you take immediately puts you back into. So I guess we could say 1 hit point. We'll just call it that.
Alright. So can I do things, though?
Yeah.
Alright. That's all I needed to know.
Feel like shit, but as you fell to the ground and almost lost that ability, you lost all energy to stand up and continue combat. You felt that warm surge in your chest that just gave you that little bit of an edge that you needed to push forward. Actually, this is a good point of time to, as that happens, I think we're going to take a break really quick and come back to this combat. But really quickly, really quickly, before we do, these wolves that are murdering everybody
Fuck these wolves.
were created by an amazing group on Instagram that now has their own shop. They are called Mage Armoire, and they just barely released their
It's a great fucking name.
Deck of Monsters Volume 1, and they were kind enough to make this custom creature for me for this campaign, and I love them, but also
They're killing us.
you
Fuck
guys
these
cool.
wolves.
They
you
are
guys
cool.
might have fucked up my party. That's okay. But they are super cool creatures, and these guys make some amazing creatures. So if you're interested, the website is there, and we're going to run a quick little advertisement for them while we take a break. So we'll be right back soon, everybody.
Hey.
Begins a tale of the realm's greatest heroes. They conquered the lands and fought many a great beast. But alas, they grew bored of the same old foes. Not even the greatest role-playing game on Earth could quench their thirst for adventure. All seemed lost until they discovered the Mage Armoire. With Mage Armoire's Deck of Monsters, release 40 original creatures into your 5th edition campaign, with detailed stats and unique game mechanics. Besiege your party with the Arcane Arbiter, or test their wits with the Astral Naga. Mage Armoire's monster cards deliver uninterrupted action to your games, while allowing organized, fast-paced use for players new and old. Discover 10 exclusive, never-before-seen Mage Armoire creatures that will keep your players on the edge of their seats. Now it's your turn. Unlock the Mage Armoire and experience a world of fantastical creatures. Mage Armoire's Deck of Monsters, Volume 1. Available now.
And we're back. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Just one quick retouch on the awesome, terrifying wolf creatures that we have on the battlefield today that have almost murdered everybody. Are amazing creations from our friends over at Mage Armoire. So if you want any cool stuff for your home game, go check out their website. It's magearmoire.weebly.com. So, yeah. Anyway, let's get back to the combat at hand. So, before the break, we had our characters get assaulted by what seemed to be wolves with black smoke pouring from their eyes, reminiscent of creatures that they had once encountered, somehow related to Seven and his siblings. At the same time, they had been lured onto an icy lake by what now appears to be a pair of harpies. Tail, at the current moment, is somewhere beneath the ice, having just barely come to from his stupor of this song that the harpies used to lure them. Nimue, Seven, and Nyx currently assaulted by these two harpies on both sides, as Nimue used a giant wave of water pulled from the lake to throw the wolves off kilter and throw them back for the time being. So, let's pick up where we left off at the start of Combat 7. It is your turn. As you have seen, just barely kind of felt the what?
The
Battle cam?
Oh,
Battle
sorry.
cam.
Thanks for reminding me. Battle cam, my bad. I was like, what are you pointing at? Thank you. As you have just barely felt that kind of surge of warmth that you know to have come from Nimue that gave you a little bit of a bolster to stand back up after you were mauled by one of these wolves at the beginning of this combat. You stand up and now see the other two members of your party being assaulted by these harpies, one having swooped down and tried to lift you, and luckily your companion Nyx had pulled you back down to the ice. So, Seven, what would you like to do?
Do the harpies have black smoke coming out of their eyes?
They do not.
That's good to know. Are the wolves getting back up?
Not at the moment. It's not
Okay.
their turn. Till after you.
All right. Cool.
So
So,
this is going to be interesting.
all right. So for my action, I am going to shoot a lightning arrow at the wolf that I first initially shot at.
Okay. Yeah, it's like half propped up. I would say that it's like on the edge of that hill. You'd have a better shot at this one. This one currently has half
okay.
cover.
Then I will shoot at the other
Technically.
one then.
Okay.
Since it's wet, does that have
That's
any...
what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always played it that way. You know, I like science, conducting electricity.
Science rules.
So I think that I have you
Science
add an
in
extra
my Dungeons
D6
and
of lightning damage for
It's more
things
likely
that are.
than I think. Wet.
Yeah.
Let's go. Thank God too. Do-do-do-do. Okay. This is 17 hit.
A 17 hits.
All right, perfect. Do-do-do-do.
Nyx, as you pull Seven back down from this harpy trying to get him, he like slowly staggers back up, looks at the harpy, and then looks back towards the shore and pulls out an arrow. And as he draws back, you can see streaks of arcane electric energy start to caress around the shaft of the arrow. Wow, that was a fun visual. And then shoot out towards this wolf laying on the hill. As you can see the wave that Nimue had sent slowly settling and rushing down the hill into the grounds around. Some of it were rushing back into the lake.
Okay. Do-do-do-do. Instead of weapons, normal damage. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. I just want to make sure I'm going to tell you all the damage correctly.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. So I hit for 19 lightning damage,
Okay.
and every creature within 10 feet. So I'm assuming both the other wolves.
No, they're not
Maybe.
within 10
No?
feet.
Okay, crap. Well, that's okay. Then that doesn't matter. But that, I think that's the only thing. Then if the other ones don't,
Just the 19 lightning?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But then I get. Wait, you said 1d6 with the
Extra,
I forgot to add that one. So 22 lightning damage.
So
for
another
that one.
3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as you shoot just past the harpy that landed or flew down trying to lift you up, it just narrowly dodges out of the way as this a bolt of electric energy shoots out and strikes the prone wolf on the hill. And you can see the bolts of electricity just start to streak through its fur. And there's a different type of smoke that starts to rise from the wolf's body that is not black, but more singed fur. And the streaks of electric energy kind of linger for a moment longer, having just been soaked by a wave and laying on this hill. And its body like twitches a little bit as it's laying there on the hill. Anything else for your turn?
Would that count as both my attacks if I do just the one arrow and whatnot for that?
I can't remember how your second attack works. Is your second attack if you
It's
attack
just-
for
yeah,
your
it's
first
just extra
yeah,
attack,
then
yeah.
you would get
Okay.
your second attack.
Cool. And then for my second attack,
It just can't be a spell.
yeah, and that's fine. I'm gonna attack the harpy that tried to pick me up.
Okay. So you watch Nyx, this energy shoot out and strike the wolf, and then Seven pulls another arrow and flips around at the harpy in front of you. What's that?
23 to hit.
Definitely hits.
Okay. It will be 7 points of piercing and 3 points of cold.
Nice. So, this harpy, as you turn and fire an arrow into it, the arrow being this close and the power you put behind the draw pierces, like the shaft goes 3/4 of the way through this harpy's shoulder, and you see it jerk with the movement, its wings still flapping in the air, but it like jerks very heavily to one side and makes a squeal.
And then just out of curiosity, how far does this lake go out? Like if I look towards this direction.
It's another couple 100 feet.
That's a lot of lake. Okay, cool.
Probably it's a pretty large lake.
I thought
It's
we were
more
in
than
a
that.
puddle.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna start making my way.
You're just gonna start going down the ice. Okay.
Do it.
Um.
I've got a plan, so don't worry.
So
Okay.
I'll just count that as my full movement. I can't really go further than that.
All right. Sounds good.
And that's my turn.
Now it is the wolves' turn.
Just so you know, point of order here. So control water is concentration, and it says that the water continues to flow in the direction that I choose. So water should still be flowing out of the lake at them.
I think it's the flow that you send continues to flow in the
Okay.
direction.
I just
because
wanted
you
to be
only
sure.
have the 100 cubic feet.
Right.
So like it doesn't keep flowing with the water in the lake. It's that 100 feet keeps flowing in the way that you sent it.
It is concentration, so I can do some. If I
Yeah.
can use my action every turn to keep sending more water at them, though.
Can you select another 100 cubic feet though? Is the
I am
me
not
see.
quite sure. It
Or
doesn't really say.
Couldn't you hold it
but
too?
I can choose to do like different effects.
Yeah, you can do different
Like-
effects.
So I'm just not quite sure if this would
Yeah,
like give them
so
like
it
half movement or
it
something
affects
because it's
the
like
same
flowing
100
against them,
feet.
or
So it's the same 100 feet of water. You redirected the flow, so right now the water had like waves splashed them and is continuing to flow in this direction. They're not currently like submerged in water or anything. They were blown back from the original flow,
Okay.
but you do still have concentration on it and can
okay.
do something.
And it's the only same 100 cubic feet.
Yes.
I can't like pick different water.
No, it doesn't look like it. Let me I want to make sure, but
It does
I'm pretty
say
sure.
you control any freestanding water instead an area that you choose. And I don't know if I can like switch it because it seems like that would be pretty useless if I could only do the same 100 cubic feet of water over and over again.
Yeah, you're right, because it says inside an area that you choose. So that area is the up to 100 cubic feet of water, but it's within the area. So you're right. You can continue to control.
Water from the lake.
Yep.
Like I could keep pushing it at them every turn. Okay.
Yeah. So there's just a continual, like, jet stream of water that is shooting out towards these wolves as they're on the ground then, which might have made 7 shot more difficult, but we're not going to retract that. We'll just say you shot through the wave, essentially.
I mean, it was lightning.
That's true.
Yeah. So they are going to attempt to stand up and move towards you guys, but I'm going to give them. They're going to have to make some strength checks to do so at disadvantage. So first wolf.
Thank gods.
Oof. Second wolf. Oof. Third wolf.
Is that oofing a good thing for us? Or?
Good for us.
Okay.
Those are good for us.
So, and now I'll give them dexterity checks to stay on their feet because they aren't able to move towards you guys. Okay. But they are able to stay on their feet. So all three of them stand back up.
Is it that
What's going
yet?
on over there?
Poor Wolfie.
That's not gonna stay up there, bro.
Standing on ice.
On thin ice. No, that's us.
We made these too small. Fine.
It's standing up.
Standing.
It's not working.
Here, you can keep
Whatever.
going. I'll try to fix it.
No, that's fine. They stand up, and you can see them trying to like force their way through this jet of water. But at the moment, they are held at bay. You guys were able to make it through another round, holding them.
Thank gods. Thank
Just put it right there.
It's fine.
Nyx, you are up.
Am I 10 feet away from that harpy?
5.
5?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to. I mean, how far off the ground is he?
They're like floating right above the water right now because that was the one, and they are like feminine forms. You can see up like close with you now is like this almost purplish, like same tint as almost like rotted flesh, but it's not rotted in a way, but just that same almost like tint to the flesh itself, and not at all ugly feminine form, but also almost like a cross between a woman and a vulture. It's like what is flapping its wings in front of you right now. Clawed hands and feet.
How far up are their wings? Like where the wings attach to their bodies?
Their shoulders,
Their
like the shoulder
shoulders?
blades.
But how far up off the ground is it?
Are the wings?
Yeah, like with their shoulders.
I mean, they're probably like between 5 and 6 feet tall, so the wings maybe extend another. I mean, they go outwards, not necessarily upwards.
Well, I want to try and run up and stab the meaty part of her wing on a right side.
Okay.
And so I'll vault off the ground if I have to.
No, I
Okay.
think. Well, you are a little shorter. Your
I'm
reach.
3-4.
Yeah, you'd have to do a little jump.
Little jump.
Yeah.
Little hippity hop.
Okay, so you move up close and kind of do a little hop and swing down towards.
That's not great. 15 to hit.
That hits.
Woohoo! Okay, well, that is just, let's see. It's not very much. Plus 6. Well, 7 points of piercing damage.
Nice.
And then... I'll bonus action disengage
Okay.
and head back to 7.
Okay, so you step up towards this harpy, and as you hop up, your knife finds purchase in that meaty part of the wing that you were aiming for, and the harpy recoils in pain as you almost hang there suspended for a short moment, like hanging off of the knife, pulling it down, and it seems to like open up the wound a little bit more before you pull it out and then just spin around as the hand comes out to strike towards you, and you fall just in time for it to just catch air over your head, and you run back towards 7. Anything else for your turn?
No, but just as a note, I'll be like 10 feet in front of 7 because I had 50 feet of movement. So
Okay. Since say eventually we can pull this off and just be
so
on
like
the water,
more
I guess.
inwards
But
towards the lake, but just so it's known.
okay. All right.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Okay, Nimue.
Okay,
As you're kind of walking out on the lake and you still kind of have one hand up, straining, holding the water
Yeah.
jetting towards, and there's this harpy in front of you with your shield up on the other hand, battering into the shield.
Can I see Tail? Can I see him under the ice anywhere?
Make a perception check with disadvantage because you are
Would it-
very much taxed on your perception right now.
Would it be my action?
I would say it would have to be this time because you're concentrating on holding the spell, and also there's a creature in front of you that kind of has your attention attacking you, so it would have to be an action to look for Tail.
That's fine. I won't look for him this round then.
Hope you don't drown.
Hopefully he'll just pop out of the water, and then I can do the thing I was thinking about doing.
He's got his consciousness back, so hopefully he's got some
Can
plans.
you please like Misty step to the top, please? I
Well,
really
who
need
knows?
you to do
I
that.
can't swim.
I can't swim.
I can't swim.
Yeah, that thought strikes you as you're like scraping at the ice.
I
I can't swim. Nimue, help.
Okay, so then here's what I'm gonna do. Can I circle around the harpy without like, getting an attack of opportunity?
Definitely.
I'm gonna angle so that way she's in between me and the wolves.
Okay. So like behind.
And
yeah,
then I'm going
assuming.
to use my shield ability to jettison water at her and try to jettison her into the water that's flowing. So she just
I
gets
like
like
it.
sucked in with all the rest of it. You know what I mean?
Ooh, okay. So it's a dexterity save on her part, correct?
I think it's either dex or strength.
Good. So
We've never really worked out the stats of the shield.
I'll explain. I can't explain things to you because it pertains to stuff that is supposed to happen in the game and just hasn't yet. So it's hard to tell you why
Your
that hasn't
shield
happened.
can do things.
Wow. Well, I don't know like the stats for like the
That's
abilities.
I know. I'm pretty sure that we tied the saving throw to your spell save DC.
I think so.
Yeah, so that's a 13.
That fails.
Yeah, and then
It
so
does-
that'll push her back 10 feet, I believe.
I think we talked 20 feet and it does 2d6 bludgeoning damage.
Yep, you're right. Yeah. So, yeah, that goes straight at
Double
I'm gonna-
sixes! 12 damage!
12 damage.
And she gets pushed back 20 feet from me.
Okay, so I'm going to give her a dexterity saving throw to be able to like catch herself with her wings and pull out of the jet stream that is currently there. Nope. So as this harpy, it pulls its hand back to strike you again, and you pull your shield down to block the attack. And as you feel the claws scrape against the shield, you reach out with your consciousness and cast the ability that is inert in your shield itself. And there's another separate jet of water that blasts out and shoots this harpy as it screeches backwards towards, and it
It's
gets
almost
caught
like I'm a water
into
grouse.
the jet of water and flung. You know what? We're gonna give me some percentile dice. Let's see. What's the percentage of it hitting the wolf?
I would love for it to hit the
100%.
wolf.
It hits the wolf. And falls prone.
The wolf or the
Beating
harpy?
them with other enemies.
The wolf's a lot bigger.
Oh,
so
fair enough.
The harpy flies back.
Please tell me that the wolf just is now like.
Are these wolves
focused
large
on the
creatures?
harpy.
We'll see. Are they what?
Are they large creatures?
The wolves are large.
Okay.
They're
Wow.
they're the
Those are some
size.
You know,
Big
Randall and I
boys.
saw a
You-
skeleton of a dire wolf today, and it was actually only the size of like Shadow. So.
Yeah, no, the dire wolves in fantasy are a lot more crazy, but these do seem to be the bodies of dire wolves. Just something twisted about them.
Okay.
Okay. Is that your turn?
No, I still have a bonus action,
Oh,
so
God.
I'm gonna cast.
Jesus Christ.
Since that was a shield ability, I can still cast a spell, right? It was because
Yeah.
that wasn't a spell, so I can still
Yeah.
use bonus action. Okay, so then I'm going to do 3rd level healing word on 7,
Okay.
and then so the thing about that is, so because of these rules, he was like at 1 hit point, but like he should
But
be at
0,
0.
yeah.
So does my innate ability of doing max health healing
Yeah.
work?
Yeah.
Okay, dope. So 3rd level.
I said 1 more for like the posterity's sake of like if he were to take a single point of damage,
I
he
would fall.
would go back down.
Right, okay. So
But
that
technically
does
he's-
1d4 per slot, so 3d4 is 3 times 4, 12 plus 5 is
17.
17 points of health. Back
So
to
should
you.
I keep? So should I stay at 17
Yeah.
from 0 instead of 18 then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So, and then I'll move my full movement out onto the ice.
Okay.
But this time I'll go like just like a tiny bit slower. Can I go like just like 20 feet so that way I can like try to mitigate some of the breaking the ice?
Sure.
Since I've had a lot of time on the ice, I kind of do like the scooting thing that you do when you're like at the skate rink, where you just kind of like slide your feet.
Yep.
Yeah, make a dexterity check to see how well you perform this skating scoot.
Am I like really good at it because I did it a lot as a child? Because
I mean,
it's like a thing I actually wrote into my backstory.
Yeah, but iced over lakes are a different thing from an ice skating rink.
Well, it's not like
This
we had a real
isn't
rink.
about your
It
skill
was a
and more so
lake.
about your weight distribution on top of this thin layer of ice.
Okay. 17 plus
Okay.
2.
Yeah. Easy enough. You were able to find that stride ice slide that allows you to kind of distribute your weight equally enough that like there are a couple moments where it like cracks, but it doesn't. There are no large fissures that come up underneath
If it seems
you.
like I could go my full movement safely, then I'll do that. But if I have to like
I'd
stop
say with
like
a
a couple,
19, you could get your full movement.
Okay, cool. Then
Yeah.
I'll do 30 feet out
'Kay.
onto the ice.
Okay.
30 feet.
Okay.
This way.
30 feet
We'll-
out, like just
we'll
like
worry-
away, just away.
All of you are okay. We'll worry about that in a second. It's the herpes turn.
the herpes.
Herpes. That one is not quite. Yeah, it's gonna fly straight at Nyx. Fly straight at you and make
Remember, I was
attack.
I was like further away.
Yeah,
I was
but it
probably like
has-
30 feet away. Just so you know.
Oh, it's still with its fly
Okay,
speed.
okay.
It is
Cool,
able to
cool,
reach
cool.
you. So it flies straight up to you. Both attacks. That's a that's a 7 and an 8.
That misses.
So it looks like this after break combat is going the exact opposite way.
Oh wait, you
Hell yeah.
haven't seen me roll yet.
So this thing, as you're like moving forward on the ice, you can hear the wings flap behind you, and you turn just in time as it flies up to you, and you duck out of the way as both clawed fists swing past you, not taking any purchase. This harpy is stuck in the jet and is going to attempt to stand back up. Dex check. Does not stand back up as it's like it's holding on to the rock on the hill as the jet's kind of pushing it, and it's a lot lighter than the wolf. So while the wolf is just standing there getting pelted by the water, this harpy is like almost vertical in the air holding on to the rock instead of it pushing or trying to not be pushed further. I was about to ask what the range on your spell is, but
It's
it's 300
300
feet. So. That's both their terms. So we're back to the top of the round.
Honestly,
7.
thank God.
Wait. Don't I
You
get
missed.
a chance to try and swim up?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Did you get
Leave
taken
me
out
to
of the
drown.
initiative?
No, he's in the initiative. I don't know.
Because he's underwater. He's.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
You should have gone before the harpies. I apologize. I don't
No,
know
that's
why
okay.
it skipped over you. I was consciously thinking that you needed to go.
Can I see where opening?
Make a perception check.
Please roll better.
16.
16. As you
The
like
teens.
the panic starts to set in because you don't know how to swim, you start like frantically clawing at the ice and just spinning around looking. And as you turn to your left, you can see this faint kind of like skylight coming through a crack in the ice. And you are half movement. I would say that you can just make it to the crack in the ice itself, and you would have to use your action to pull yourself up. But it is going to be a dexterity check to do so because you are A, freezing cold, and B, trying to pull yourself up on slick ice. So if you want to do that.
I'm going to Misty Step towards the hole and like try to like see if I could like put my chakram just slightly up so it can like stabilize me there.
Okay, it'll still be, I'd say, dexterity.
Okay.
Or make an attack roll to try and like stab the ice, we'll say.
22.
22, that works. You also take 5 points of cold damage still,
Okay.
as the water is just like permeating every pore of your armor and
Yeah,
your
we're
body.
gonna have to do some of
But
that.
you, Nimue, about 15 feet from you, off to the side, you see a obsidian plated hand emerge from a crack in the ice. Chakram, like as his hand emerges, the chakram almost like appears in his hand and stabs into the ice itself and holds there.
And I have to use my action to get up, or was that
Yeah.
okay? I'm gonna try and get up out of the ice.
Okay. I'd say you're anchored at the moment, so you don't need to make a dex check for this. If you were trying to hand your way out, hand your way out. If you were trying to get a good hand job on the way out, it wouldn't hold purchase, but it does with your chakram stuck into the ice. And anyway, you watch like slowly as this shivering mass of black obsidian armor pulls its way out and like rolls onto the ice. And there's just like streams of steam coming off of his breath and his body as his body heat is slowly like
You're gonna get
come back.
hypothermia.
You need to teach me how to swim. Do I see enemies?
I'd say that is your turn.
Okay.
All right. So top of the round, 7.
Okay.
Let's run.
Yeah. All right. For my action though, I'm going to shoot the harpy. That's the only one that's close to us. So.
Okay. Yeah, you could get an angle on it still. Nyx is there, but like A, shorter than you, and B, slightly off angle from where you're shooting. So should be all right.
Haha, crit.
Nice. Oh, that poor harpy.
And does 15 hit?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
I want his damage before I explain what's happening, so just being quiet. There's no... What are you rolling?
For my crit damage
Oh.
and stuff, but I had to reroll because there was just a
one. Oh, okay.
So I do 25 piercing damage and 8 cold damage.
Yeah. So
Nice.
Nyx, as this thing has just like flown towards you to attack you, kind of turn, dodging the first couple attacks, knives ready, and you stand poised for an attack as it almost like does a leap into the air to come down at you, and 2 arrows, just one in the chest and it rocks it back and its wings sing to stabilize it, and then one goes right through its eye and it falls down to the ice.
Is it,
Hell yeah.
is that
There.
or no?
I don't even worry about that.
They're
That's-
not super heavy. Okay. They're probably heavier than you in 7, but I'd say the ice does hold.
Okay.
It wasn't that high off the ground either, so it's not a ton of force as
Okay.
it lands.
All right, cool. And then I use my bonus action to dash.
Okay, so you start making your way out to the ice.
Making my way out of here.
All right, wolves. My whole fucking combat get thwarted by a goddamn water jet. Let's see. So we'll give them their strength first. Okay.
That's how you know it was a clutch move.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Play
It was a
of
4th
the
level spell
game.
too.
Okay.
So
You know, from back when we played Overmatch. Remember?
it's a long time ago.
Okay. This one does not manage to stand up. The other 2, or push forward, the other 2 do start to move in your direction, though at half speed due to the jet. So we got... what's with that? But they do have their bonus actions. So that would just give them... And dash. Oh god. Okay. So they... How far away? Yep. Okay. They push out through the jet, and you can see them, Nimue, as you're holding it. 2 of them emerge from the pressure of the jet and start to like bound towards you, but they are running full speed on the ice. I don't know. I was gonna roll twice. One of them, you can see one, like both of them bounding towards you. One of them, there's a crack, and the ice gives way underneath them, and one of them plunges below the surface. One of them is still catching up to you guys. Like, let's see, you guys were out, so you're probably about 100 feet out there. It could move 100 feet, but it was... So it's probably, I'd say 30 feet away from you guys at the moment.
Okay. This map doesn't really... Because we're like way further off this map than...
Yeah.
Bye, pretty map.
Oh gosh. Just leave it. We can just.
Yeah, we can just
leave it.
visualize
We'll just do...
Okay.
We'll
yeah.
just say it's happening
Imagination.
right there.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
What about the... Where's the second wolf?
We'll go like this.
Oh, that's
That's
so
the edge there.
close to me.
Yeah, that's 30 from Nyx.
Wasn't
'Kay.
there supposed to be 2 wolves out there?
Yeah, one of them slipped through the ice. The ice
Oh.
cracked beneath. So
Okay.
it is currently not visible to
Was
you.
it one of the smoky eyes?
Well, they're all smoky
They're all-
eyes.
they're all
Smoky
smoky.
eyes.
Oh, all 3 of them are.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is
Don't look at me. Not my wolves.
Wolfie's turn. Nyx, it's your turn as you're all running on this ice and you glance back and you can see these 2 wolves break from the jet of water. One of them, the ice cracks, it plunges below, but the other one is like beelining straight towards you.
I'm gonna take my rapier and I'm gonna plunge it down into the ice, hoping that it will crack. Like
Okay.
split.
Make
Ooh,
a,
like
it-
Chronicles of Narnia sort of shit. You know, the first
Um,
movie when he does that? Anybody know what
I
I'm
was
talking
gonna do
about?
that too.
make a strength check for me.
I actually don't really recall a lot of that movie.
Okay, listen, we gotta watch that movie. The movie
17?
slaps.
Nice.
That's
So
why we
roll
talk about
your,
Brother Bear
roll
when
your
the older
damage
brother
for
does
your,
that.
Oh, I remember that
For
movie
the-
for sure.
Okay.
There you go.
Shit, that's a D8.
yeah.
2 sessions in a row, I get to roll a D8.
Wow.
I never get to roll one. 9 points of piercing damage.
Okay. So you turn and like plant your feet and stab the rapier down into the ice itself, and as you do, there's a and it starts to go towards the wolf. It's still 30 feet away from you, so it doesn't quite hit this turn.
That's
but there
fine.
is like a 10-foot fissure coming off from where you're at.
Okay, good. Then I'm just gonna book it.
Start running.
Yeah, I'm gonna start running away from the wolf.
We're running.
Fly, you
Okay.
fools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you leave the rapier? You pull it out of the.
Pull it out.
Is this rapier
Yeah.
important
Yeah.
for you, to you?
You might as well take it. It's not like you...
It might fuck up the ice if we pull it out.
Ooh,
No, I'm
the
kinda
flow
metagaming.
of water might come spouting out of it, too. I don't know.
I'm
Nah, I think.
no,
you're far
I'm
enough
gonna
away.
take it.
Okay.
No. I mean, I know. I feel like
don't
I
like
would
the
have
sound of-
thrust it down and pulled it back up. I don't think I would have left it.
Okay, so as you pull the rapier out, the splinters on the edge of where it stabbed in start to crack. I need you to make a dexterity check.
You got it.
Look at
You got
that.
this.
You're fine.
It's not really good.
You have a great
It's
dexterity.
A 6. Yeah. Dexterity check. It's 11.
11.
Or it's a dex check, not saving throw, right?
Not yet.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's fine. I'll be better prepared for that saving throw.
Okay. Yeah. So as you pull and you
Efficient
pivot,
at that.
you pivot to run before you can lift your right foot up. The ice gives way beneath it, and your right foot starts to fall into the water. So dexterity saving
Okay,
throw
yeah.
for me.
That's a dirty 20.
Okay. And you're able to like just barely with your left foot almost take a wider step and pull your right foot up before you plunge into the water and pick up your step and continue to run. But now the ice is starting to cave in that area. Is anything else for your turn?
Just running away.
Okay. Nimue.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Water Walk on everybody.
Oh shit. Okay.
Nice.
It's
Fuck
on
yeah.
any creatures I choose within that I can see, like within 30 feet. So
They're not near you. I'm just kidding. They are.
I was like, well, why not?
they're all 35 feet
Oh,
away
why
from
the
you.
fuck not?
You
Okay.
won't.
So
Yeah. Last
you
for an
would
hour.
lose concentration.
No, it's not concentration.
No, it's not. Really?
No.
Wow.
That should be a
It's,
concentration spell.
Action to cast 30 feet of range. It's duration 1 hour. It does not say anything about concentration.
I believe you.
That's nice.
That's cool.
So I
Okay.
can have control water and water walk up at the same time.
I wish I had
That
spells.
sounds. There's a fun experiment in there.
You can just like control water up and just walk up.
Just start
Some
surfing.
Frozone shit.
Yeah, Frozen.
Frozo.
Where's my super suit? So as Nimwe's kind of got one hand held out, and it's almost shaking with the concentrated pressure of holding this jet. She reaches out with her shield hand, and palm open, you all feel another familiar warm surge of energy pass through you. And that's all you can really tell for the moment, seeing as she hasn't really told you what happened. So you guys don't really know that you have water walk, like, canon or like mind canon wise, head canon wise, but yeah.
And I'll just start fucking running. Does Seven still look pretty fucked up?
Yeah. He's still like, the wound
I can't
has stopped bleeding out, but there's still like, Seven's kind of like haggardly running. He's still got his full speed and like he's running, but he's, there's like moments where he'll like reach up to his shoulder. There's a pretty big chunk of feather flesh torn out of his shoulder.
Oh wait, I can't do another spell after I've cast a spell, right? If it's
Nope.
like first level. Okay, that's
Unless
what I
it's a
thought.
bonus action.
It is. I mean, it's bonus action healing word.
I believe you can.
But I did a third
As
level
long
water
as
walk.
it's if it's a bonus action, you can cast. If it's a cantrip,
It's not a cantrip.
then you can.
Healing word is.
Unfortunately.
Okay. So then, never mind. I won't heal you.
That's
Get fucked.
okay.
Okay.
So I'll just start fucking running my full movement, and now I have nothing to fear from falling into the water. So
Okay.
I'll just fucking start booking it, and I'll be like, "Fuck, run, fools!"
Fly, fools. Tail.
Fuck,
Am I
run,
prone right now?
fools.
I'm prone. Or did I
Yeah,
get
but
up?
I'm not gonna say you have. It's not like a spend. This is just like you crawled out of the water and kind of flopped onto the ice, like, but you can stand up without losing
Alright,
movement
I
speed.
get that. What can I see?
You can see your friends running away, and if you glance to your right, you can see a wolf that is bounding towards Nyx, who is booking it the other direction, towards the other two.
How far is that wolf from me? Is he 30 feet as well, or?
He's probably a little more from you because you're a bit like diagonal from Nyx. I'd say let's call it 50 feet from you.
50 feet. Okay, I'm gonna run 20 feet over there so I can be within 30 feet of the wolf.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna throw my chakram at the base of its feet where the ice is.
Okay, make an attack roll.
I like how we all had the same idea.
Yeah, break the ice under that
21.
motherfucker.
Yep.
A 21. All right, roll damage. I like this. Give him his.
Because that's what I was going to do on my turn. I was just going to shoot arrows at its feet. Break the ice.
13.
13. That's enough as you you run up. Nyx, you can see Tail having somehow mysteriously reappeared, running towards you, and there's like, Tail, as your body is starting to find its heat again, that he's like steaming, basically, like from his body trying to heat itself and shiver it. Like he's running towards you, and he like turns at the last second, pivots, and throws his chakram. It disappears and then reappears 5 feet before the wolf and slams into the ice below it. The ice shatters immediately, but the wolf manages to regain it, like gain its footing and paw itself out. It does stay up, but
Okay.
you do shatter the ice there, and it puts it 5 feet further away from you,
Then
as
I'm
it has to like maneuver to the side to
Going
save that.
to summon Valley, and I have Valley I summon Valley behind it and just kick at and break the ice behind its hind legs.
Okay.
That's cocked.
22 to hit.
The
Sorry,
ice,
23.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely hits. I give him another dex save. I'll give it disadvantage because everything's shattered around him.
8 force damage.
All right. So, Nyx, as you see this spin and look where Tail has thrown his chakram, you see it strike the ice. The wolf dodges out of the cracked ice. Tail, the chakram reappears in your hand, and you reach out and kind of like mentally connect with the effigy of your wooden doll. It appears, and Nyx, you see the form of the spectral valley appear behind the wolf, and just like a sassy kid throwing a fit, stamp the ice below the wolf. The wolf does not notice this, and its back feet fall back into the water, and it disappears below the ice.
Thank God.
Valley starts waving goodbye at it. Then I
Continue
run with
running.
it.
I forgot about that mini that we made for Valley. That shit
It's
fucking
clay.
made.
It's literally just like clay piece.
And
I
the-
can make really nice clay stuff, but I did not try on that thing.
That's what makes it better.
Ooh, okay. But still, so as you guys are running away, you can see from the top of the water jet itself the form of this harpy emerge, like pop out of the water jet, soaking wet, and just fly the opposite way of you guys.
Nice.
Yo, I'm over this shit.
Yeah.
Fuck this shit.
I'm gonna give these wolves one roll to. Nope. So. Okay.
Are they all underwater?
Well, except the third one.
Yeah, the third one. Oh yeah, that's
Third
right.
one never got up.
He still doesn't get up.
It's
So weak ass wolf.
Doesn't have light fluor,
Wait,
obviously.
how far out now am I?
Far out.
You guys
Pretty
are
far.
like probably between 100 and 150 feet out onto this lake. So currently,
Can
we're gonna drop initiative order because in your immediate vicinity, there's nothing.
oh boy.
It's almost a calm, eerie quiet where you can just hear your footsteps on the ice and you can all hear it crack below you. There are certain points, Tail, with your heavy armor, you take a step, the ice cracks and your breath catches for a moment and you panic, but you don't sink into the water. And it takes a second for you to register, oh, that warm feeling. Oh. And
I cast a spell.
same happens to the rest of you. At some point, the ice cracks below you. You don't sink, but you are now currently alone running on this ice. For the next 150 feet, you can hear the faint sounds of like the water jet off on the other end.
I'm gonna have it be following us, so everything behind us is still just flowing that direction.
That was the point of order that we discussed. Is it was one area.
I
so
thought we
it was
discussed
that
it wasn't
area.
The same. Okay, never mind.
No,
Whatever.
it was one area, so you could control any water that was in that 100-foot cube area. So like that's why it stayed steady here.
Okay.
But yeah, by the time you
So like, for example, if you were on the ocean and you cast that, you wouldn't be able to like move around which water you could control.
it's the wording is what
It's like
'cause,
kind
like,
of vague.
because that was my original argument, and then you said that it was any area, and so that's why we changed
You
it.
control any freestanding water inside an area you choose that is a cute.
Right, an area you choose.
Okay. And
So
you
that's
can
why
only do
we
that area.
yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
So
Sometimes the wording on these
so like
spells is just like
if
so
you were on a
vague.
ship and
Yeah.
you chose the area like behind the ship, it would move with you because you chose like behind the ship. But
Okay.
yeah,
So
the
it's
wording
still
is
just-
difficult, and that's something that we can look at. But I think just
For
it's one
now.
or the other, and since we made the call that it was that one, we're gonna go with that.
Yeah. That's
But-
fine. As long as it's keeping the wolves from following us.
Yeah, 300 feet. That last bit of sound that you guys hear just stops, and as you glance back, you can see the water settle, and the faint form of one figure seemingly decide and turn and walk back into the forest.
It's probably just going to follow us to the other side of the lake.
Well, at least it will give us time to prepare.
We have an hour that we can stand on water and be totally fine.
Can
And
we
if it comes down to it, I can cast control water again.
not be on water? I don't like water. I like sand.
Hey, funny thing,
It
I was
doesn't
looking at
get
water walk,
everywhere.
and water walk can make it so you can walk on any liquid surface such as water, acid, mud, snow, quicksand, or lava, as if
Dumb.
it were harmless solid ground.
Dumb.
Why don't they just
All
call
right.
it liquid walk?
Lava.
What do you think?
You say
I believe
take
that just
damage.
doesn't make. Oh, okay. I was like, that doesn't
Creatures
make
crossing
sense.
molten lava can still take damage.
You don't
from the
sink
heat.
in it. You still take the heat damage.
Yeah.
So what do you think? I think that no matter what, if we get out to the banks of the lake, we will be met with enemies.
Probably.
So maybe we take a rest here. Could we?
But
Not a long
I'm going
rest,
to
like-
sink. I'm going to sink here.
Like just chill
No.
for an hour, like a short rest.
we have a full hour of water walk, and I can cast it again. I can cast it one more time.
Well, there's still ice. We don't need to just hang out on the water.
Are there thicker parts of the ice?
I don't know. I'm just trying. I mean, I'm hurt. Are you guys still hurt?
I'm hurt.
Oh, very much
Oh,
so.
yeah, but that's
We
because
can't.
of the
We can't
water.
fight in a battle like that right now.
I can't swim. I can't be here.
We're not going to sink.
And who were those wolves?
Oh, I don't know.
Were they made? Were they your sisters?
I have no idea, but definitely they are under the control of my sister.
But they weren't your sisters.
No.
We have
As
a problem if
a
one of
point
them got away.
A point for you, Seven. This is not an ability it's that you've known about. Generally, your siblings have only ever been able to affect humanoids. Yeah. It was mostly humans from the start. But recently, when you first encountered those creatures, you'd notice that it had kind of changed to being humanoids. And now this.
Yes. So, these wolves, I have no idea how they came to be, really. I've never heard of this happening before, so how my sister controlled them, how my sister came about them,
Do you
I have
think
no idea.
can report our location to them?
Oh, I'm sure in some shape or
Oh,
form.
that's fine.
Should
But
we maybe go after it then? Because
oh, definitely not.
do we want to fight your sisters right now?
No,
I think
definitely not.
I
But
found out something that I didn't. Last night I scryed on Zaylin and the salvation. I didn't have time to tell you guys because we left in a rush
What you
this
see?
morning. But I saw Zaylin and I saw Gallus and I saw Carthona, whom we traveled with.
Yeah.
And I saw a female who had pale skin. She was small, thin, and sickly. She had black irises, and she looked sort of crazed. And then there was another woman. She was long-legged and incredibly beautiful, and slender, elegant. And they were at the Farsolis keep with Salen.
So 7 sisters are there with our last group.
I think that's who they are, but I don't know for sure. It's not like I've ever met them before, but
Well, we
Seven,
can
if you can
encounter these
confirm.
black
well,
smoky
it
things.
does sound like them, definitely. It definitely sounds like my sisters.
they
so,
also definitely know that we're coming. I overheard a conversation.
oh, they definitely know now, especially with these wolves. My sisters
So-
definitely know we're here.
Perhaps then it's not so terrible that
They already knew
that
that
one
we were
got
coming.
away. But it will report where this happened, so we should not be here.
Yes, we should try to get off the ice.
Do I know where the road to Farsolis is relative to this lake?
I mean, yeah, I'd say that you pulling out your map were able to kind of determine your location. And you would know that it's probably about... Where'd the map go? I should have just pulled it up on my computer, but... Fuck it. Whoops. You're probably looking at least another day and a half's travel, depending on your speed, to the road if you go straight northeast. If you went straight north, which would put you, further up the path to Farsolis, it's probably another 2.5, maybe breaching on 3 days travel.
Really?
Mm-hmm. This is a big forest.
Mm-hmm.
You landed 100 miles away from Farsolis. So
How many miles a day could we trek?
if you go to fast pace, 30. If
Okay.
you go at like a medium pace with no interruptions, it's probably about 22, 24. And like a slow pace is probably going to get you like 16, 18 miles.
So we could make it in like 4 or 5 days to Farsolis, straight to Farsolis.
If you went straight through the forest, yeah.
Okay. We might not want to take the path to Farsolis. It might have guards.
And it was
Probably.
at this point it was pretty late midday when you guys had reached this lake. You can see the light is starting to dim. It's still heavy cloud cover, but it is starting to get darker, just as a point of note for you all.
I think that
Without Dwit's dome, it might be safer for us to stay on the ice.
But we're quite vulnerable out here. Especially
Yeah.
if they know we were on the ice.
And they have flying creatures.
I don't know if the Hoppies were associated with your sister.
That's true. I did not see
But there
any
can still
smoke
be
coming from their eyes.
other
However,
flying creatures to attack us.
yeah. However, we've never been able to convert animals. Our powers were only ever worked on humans. So how she came about these wolves to have the smoke in their eyes, I honestly can't tell you. So whether
so she's
she
getting
has
more powerful.
possibly she might be getting more powerful, or somehow they were maybe they're shapeshifters. I have no idea, to be honest with you. It could be a whole slew of things. But in my opinion, if we're out on the ice, we're out in the open. If we can at least get into the trees, we at least have cover.
We should do that.
Yeah. And last chance of us drowning.
We won't drown. I won't let you drown too.
I drowned for a solid while there.
That was like what, like 3 rounds, so 18
It's like-
seconds.
But when you're drowning, I imagine that feels
18
a lot
seconds is
longer.
a lot when you're drowning.
Took out a lot of my health.
All
that was
right,
the cold.
So maybe we
more than
make
the the
camp
drowning
tonight.
aspect.
Maybe we find a good place to find shelter and try to figure out what we're supposed to do from here.
Yes, I say we camp and try to make some sort of plans, because right now we are at a disadvantage. They know the terrain, they know we're coming.
Here, maybe I can cast Silent Image to try and just around us as we move, or maybe, I don't know, since we're right out in the open.
Wait, can one of you do like pass without a trace so we can like stealth out of
Yeah.
here
Yeah, because that's the
and stealth into the woods?
But then I can't see what direction we go if I throw up Silent Image in tandem with that.
Okay, I don't see why not. But ¿por qué
Alright.
no los
You want
dos?
to?
Yeah, that's fine.
As you guys are you moving as you're talking, or just kind of stood still on the lake
We're
right now?
probably moving slowly.
Okay. As you're kind of slowly moving over the frozen lake, there's like a shift in the wind, almost this chilled current. It gets noticeably colder in the air as you're moving. Are any of you proficient in nature?
I'm not.
I'm not proficient.
Aha, I am.
Make a nature check for me.
Oh. Oh. 9.
9.
Oh, that's a lie. 10.
10. Okay, that is what you needed. Having spent a good amount of time out traveling and in forests, and you have been up north this way, that chill, that like sudden change in the air is usually not the best sign. It usually signals the coming of some type of storm. And up north, those are generally more on the side of blizzards or heavy snowfall.
Okay. I let everybody else know this. I say when we get onto land, especially because the storm is coming, I'm going to send out some wisps to see if there are any suitable shelters.
I can also do
though.
some things with the snow to try to help shelter us as we rest.
That'd be nice, because there's not necessarily a guarantee that there is a suitable shelter for us away from the storm.
So you continue making your way to land from the lake.
I'm gonna keep an eye out on the perimeter and see if the wolf is like stalking the perimeter,
Make
waiting
a
for us.
perception check.
And I'm gonna just throw up silent image around us to just reflect, basically, to make it just look. Each side of it will look like the view.
How long does silent
10 minutes.
last? Okay.
I'm hoping it lasts long enough to get off the lake.
At your pace and with Pass Without a Trace
Yeah, I can
and
cast
the
Pass
silent
Without Trace as
image,
well.
it takes you, 10 minutes, if not a little bit less, to get to the other side of this large lake. And you come to shore on the other side. What was your perception check?
27.
You don't notice any movement along the tree line or anything that you can see, and you are very vigilant at this, given what just happened, everything that just occurred so quickly. You keep your eyes peeled and do not notice any movement or anything along the coast or shore of this lake as you guys reach the other side.
Okay, so as soon as we reach land, Can I approximately tell how soon the storm might hit?
Not with a 10.
Okay. Well, kind of like once we get a little past the coast, I
Mhm.
want to send out the wisps using my wild cunning,
Okay.
and they can. It's within 120 feet if there's any
Okay.
suitable shelter.
So you guys reach the shore and you watch Seven kind of stop and focus for a second, and these little, they almost just look like orbs to you all. These dull, like pulsing, like they're not colorful, but there is like a pulse to them, emanate from Seven and kind of just move out into the forest. And it's not too long before some of them come back to you and you get the sense that there is some type of shelter, and almost like a little Navi, they lead you in that direction. Can I get a perception check for everybody as you're moving that way?
Can I keep my old one, or do I have to bring a new
No,
one?
that was your like traveling on the ice searching.
Fuck.
13,
11.
1.
Oh wait.
Unnatural.
12.
21.
21. Figured it would be you who would see it. As you're moving in this direction, you come upon probably about like a couple minutes into walking into the forest, or not a couple minutes, 120 feet isn't that far away. Just once you get into the tree line from the shore, there is what appears to be a large splattering of blood and then a blood trail leading the direction that you were being taken. And do you keep following the wisps, or they are headed straight, like not like straight where the blood trail is, but where they're headed, the blood trail seems to follow? Make another nature check for me to see. There are tracks that are with the blood trail.
Wait. Math. 17.
17. These do appear to be wolf tracks.
Oh, okay. Alright, I let everybody know that. So basically these wisps they're leading us to shelter. However, there are wolves, an injured wolf, possibly, that is towards this direction.
Do you think it would talk with us if I used my spell?
It depending on the wolf. If it were just some
Regular
wild wolf, possibly. However, if it is a wolf under my sister's control, most likely not.
Or
Is
that
it
wolf
regular
tracks
wolf
super big?
tracks, or is it dire wolf tracks?
Dire. Or actually, I think a bit smaller.
Can I tell how many? I mean, I usually can, but can I tell how many tracks there are?
With that roll, yes, there's one set of tracks.
Okay, so there's only one wolf, and it's still most likely very injured.
Yeah, still about as large as dire wolf tracks.
So even if we come across this wolf, we should have the numbers advantage.
And if it just one that's already injured.
We didn't see the other wolves coming out of the lake, did we?
I'm just concerned, like the guy from the Iron Slopes. We left him alive and it came back to bite us in the ass. I don't want to do that again.
Well, I don't think the wolves would have been... Because if we think about it, 2 of them possibly drowned, and the other turned away.
It's incredibly hard to get out of freezing water like
so
that.
I don't think there's a chance that they got ahead of us. So if there is a wolf, especially if they had to circumnavigate this lake, if this is another wolf, it's most likely a different one. And if it's injured,
Oh, right. It's not the one from the lake.
The other one
The-
would have had a
the-
harder time getting around the lake. It would have had to go further than we did.
yeah. So if
Okay.
this wolf is probably not affiliated with them, or if it is, we should be able to take it out quite quickly
All
with
right.
how injured it is.
I'm not too hard.
Assuming it is still injured, this blood tract still looks
There's
quite
so many
fresh.
wolves right now.
I think we should go
Don't know.
because it's the only place we can find shelter.
Yeah.
Yes,
And if we
yeah.
camp out without shelter, that's dangerous.
Yeah, I think the storm will pose a much greater threat than an injured wolf. So I say we take our chances.
All right.
All right,
Let's be sneaky.
Yeah,
and we
we're
are
still
sneaking. Yeah, so
stealthing,
that's that. There's that too. So
That
I actually
lasts
don't
like
know
an
how long
hour.
Pass Without Trace lasts.
It's an hour.
Oh,
I thought it was 10 minutes.
No, it's an hour.
I can't remember.
I've been watching a lot of Critical Role. I know these things.
So, what? You're heading towards the tracks?
Yep.
Okay.
Towards the shelter.
Stealthily.
So, being only 120 feet away, you're not led for much longer as you approach what appears to be a small opening in the trees. You reach this and can see that the wisp is leading you to, as you approach, you can see some stone ruined structures.
Oh, fuck.
In this area.
We should stay here. We should
Give me perception checks as you reach, kind of looking at this.
Oh, natural 1
25.
for
11.
a 4.
Oh, good, because I only got 5.
So, Nimue, as you kind of peer into this ruined stone structures, there's a couple what look like crumbled buildings, and one of them that you watch the wisp of sevens float towards this one and then disappear, and as you can see, there's almost like a slanted bit of concrete or stone, not concrete, stone, that is covering a large enough area that looks to be sheltered. And in that is this snow white, like pure white body of a wolf that you can see just laying there on its side. What was your roll again?
25.
25. You can see its breath is very slowly. Chest is rising, falling, rising, falling. And 7, you know that your wisps are known, like their whole purpose is to find suitable and safe shelter.
So it is safe.
So we should be okay. Nix, can you communicate with this wolf?
Wait,
if not,
hey,
I
wasn't
possibly
Grandma
Oh,
a
could
white
you?
wolf?
Yeah.
could.
I
Who?
can't remember.
You
if she
remember
was
Grandma,
white. Yeah.
the chick who ran the herbal store in Gelstead, and then she like disappeared?
Then she was raising the kid with the
Oh
wolves.
my
Yeah.
god, that was so long ago.
I mean, if you want to, if you can do it too, then go ahead.
Okay.
I wish I could speak.
I cast guidance.
I just reach out my thoughts into the wolf, and I guess I can only communicate simple thoughts, but I guess I ask, are you okay?
It's gonna be like, no,
What?
idiot.
What exactly is the
Look like I'm
spell's-
okay.
Well, it's just my primeval awareness, and
It says you can communicate.
I can communicate simple ideas to a beast as an action, and can read its basic mood and intent.
Okay,
But I can't use this.
so it can't necessarily communicate back to you, but you can read its mood.
It's not like we're really
Um,
communicating, but just more like I can just feel what it's kind of doing.
It
mostly.
is in pain, and you can almost feel the life is leaving this creature slowly.
Should I heal it? Do we think that would be
Oh,
useful?
I can.
Can we see if its eyes are smoking?
Its face is turned away from you at the moment. It almost like crawled into this straight from the blood trail and collapsed in
Well,
the shelter.
I can just like
I'll
keep it
do
from
it.
dying out, and if it's friendly, then it'll be helpful, and if
Alright.
it's not friendly, then we'll kill it.
No,
Alright.
you'll be friendly. Don't worry.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
I'll
take
cast Spare the Dying.
out some raw meat too.
Okay.
And start approaching.
And you cast Spare the Dying on
Yeah,
the
from
wolf.
30 feet
I'm-
away.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
And just because it says you gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate, so I can, so
Yeah, I
long
can't
as
go
their
that far.
intelligence is,
What if
it's limited by their intelligence. But if they're intelligent creatures, then
What if it was shapeshifters that your sister changed, like
It
Grandma?
possibly, but I have no idea.
okay.
Okay. So
I'm still
you
up.
don't do any healing. You just cast Spare the
I
Dying.
just cast Spare the Dying.
I'm still
Okay.
approaching with raw meat.
Okay.
Okay,
Are you-
because I'm approaching too.
So you and Tail begin to walk towards the body of this wolf laying under this shelter.
Once we get near, I say, "We mean you no harm. We're wondering what happened here, and maybe we can work together. And if that's the case, we might be able to help you."
You don't hear a response, but as you two move, you can see the breathing has picked up a little bit more. Nimue, you would know that Spare the Dying doesn't necessarily wake up an unconscious.
I just wasn't sure if they were.
Well, yeah,
unconscious or
I
not.
guess we couldn't see, could we?
Yeah, we couldn't really see if it was conscious or not. I just didn't want to
Yeah, okay.
heal it and have it attack
There
us.
is, yeah, you would see no response, but the breathing does seem steadier.
I can
Can
heal
you-
it a little bit more to wake it up.
Yeah, if you could.
Okay, I'll cast just like a first level healing word on it then.
Okay,
from-
I'm really sorry, but I have to go to the bathroom.
That's fine. I
Good. We're talking with a
understand.
wolf. It's fine.
yeah, you're just chatting up a wolf.
I tried my hardest.
Okay.
Sometimes you just gotta pee, man. Okay, yeah, I'll cast just like a first level. I shouldn't go up and touch it, right? That seems like a bad idea. Sounds like a good way to
can.
get my hand bitten
I'm-
off.
It's your choice.
All right, I'll just do a first level healing word and give it 8 points of healing.
Okay. So you reach out and you can feel the symbol of Varuna now carved into your hand pulse that warm energy to your fingertips and then release towards this wolf. And there's a large, or like a huge, like a... Thank you. And you all hear this in common.
What?
And there's a slow shuffle of movement. And the wolf slowly rises onto its front two haunches. Its back two legs come up. And it shakes a little bit and turns towards you.
What
And
happened?
there is no black smoke coming from this wolf's eyes, but you can see this large gash down its side, just had, like caked blood everywhere, and a bite mark up right where its neck is, and like a chunk of flesh missing from that. And one of the scratch marks has like gouged out one of its eyes almost.
You okay, Mr.
Turns to you
Wolfie?
and goes,
What happened?
"Who are you?"
Oh, my name is Dayal, and here is my friend Valley. And
It
these
seems
are my
kind of
friends.
defensive, like backed against the wall.
We
and
are not
skeptical
here
of you
to.
are.
We're not here
all.
to hurt you.
Are you hungry? I have.
Kind of sniffs the air and looks at the raw meat in your hand and just
that
gives you
stuff
all that
even
look of
still good?
skepticality. It's probably not, but
I'm gonna bring it over.
You're gonna poison that poor wolf.
Or do you want some rations?
I'm gonna take out some rations. Then I'm just
you
gonna
slowly approach with both
hold
in hand.
both.
It takes one step towards you, kind of one paw raised up, and sniffs the meat and goes, "You know this meat is bad, yes?"
Is that? It tasted quite okay yesterday. Okay, well here's portions that we eat, that other people eat.
Put it on the ground.
Here you go, Mr. Wolfie. What's your name?
I am Trokar.
Torokar.
Yes.
How come you can talk?
That is a long story.
Did you get
Why
that?
have you given me this kindness?
Oh,
He looks to you, Nimue.
We just encountered some other dire wolves who were being controlled, we believe.
You say this, there's a deep growl that emanates from him.
And we just ran away from
These-
them.
You survived then. Good. That is good. You have strength.
did you get attacked by them too?
Yes, unfortunately.
Do you know them?
They were once one of my pack. No longer.
Oh, I'm sorry about
There is a
that.
sickness that creeps through this forest. One my leadership is not capable of handling.
What happened exactly?
I'm
We're
not
trying
sure.
to fix it.
I could not tell you. Many wolves inhabit this forest. My kind originate from far north, not on this land. We were brought centuries ago here and have carved out a life for ourselves here in this forest since. Many of my pack, as of recent times, have fallen ill to some curse or madness that drives them insane, vengeful. They kill any that is in their path. And some black something. It seems to me that their souls pour from their eyes after this madness inhabits them.
I can't relate to the black smoke, but there have been stories about madness in my tribe before.
How come you were not affected?
I cannot answer this question for you.
Do you mind if I come up to you and heal you?
Takes a brief step back.
Here.
Eyes you skeptically.
I'll take my helmet off.
There's like a sniff in your direction. Straightens up a little bit more trusting. Still kind of backed into a corner with a point of to flee if necessary.
I'll put my chakram down as well and my shield down. Then I'll just walk to him.
Okay.
You okay if I touch you?
It gives you a nod.
Okay. Then I'm going to use 10 points of my lay on hands. Then I'm also going to use cure wounds at 3rd level.
Okay.
Wow.
That's 16 from cure wounds. So 26 total.
26. You feel that warmth gather in your hand. Still not super familiar to you, but gaining a little bit more experience with it. And you feel it pass into the wolf. And you can see the wounds on the side begin to close up a little bit. The blood stops flowing. The wound on the eye seems to heal, but the eye, you can see now as it clears a little bit, is like white. He doesn't seem like he's going to see out of this eye again. And as you do this, the wolf kind of glances around, taking all of you in, and just says, "Well, it seems the king of the wolf tribes now owes you a favor." And that's where we're going to end tonight's session. So that was an interesting way for combat to go.
Didn't make it to Farsolis, just like we said.
It's like really bad and then really good.
It
guys
was
are fucking
all
welcome.
over the spectrum.
It was really something. Thank you so much to everybody who has tuned in. I have periodically checked into the chat and stuff, and all of you guys are fucking amazing. Sorry that I haven't been able to respond, during the chat, but Buraflux, dude, thank you for the raid. We appreciate it. All of you guys came from his stream. Hello.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you so much
coming.
for coming in. We hope you enjoyed what you got to see. We will be back next Monday at 6 p.m. Mountain Time for the continuation of this campaign that we are currently playing. If you have any questions at all for the next couple seconds, feel free to reach out to our mods while they're in the chat. Can direct you to our social medias. We're at Crit Seekers on Instagram and Twitter, so if you kind of want to keep up with us and know when things are happening, that's the right place to do so. Quick moment, I wanted to give a shout out for, wrong button. This battle map here was on loan to me from another amazing DM friend of mine, Andre, who, thank you, Andre, for helping me build this. We did this recently. This map material, everything that this map is made by Monster Gaming. So if you like how it looks, they just finished a Kickstarter and launched this cool, it's almost like adult Lego battle map stuff. So if you think it looks cool, go check out Monster Gaming. They do some cool stuff. So
Just don't step on it.
Yeah, don't step on Legos.
It probably doesn't hurt you as much as Legos.
We'll find out. Look at these points right there.
But yeah, thank you everybody for joining. We're still working on chat stuff, so this is going to just end abruptly. We'll have an end screen here soon, but don't be surprised when it just does. But thank you everybody so much for coming to our first
much.
stream.
Thanks a bunch.
We love you
Thank
all.
you, everyone.
And we'll see you next Monday.
I'm so glad I didn't die.
Heck yeah.
It's getting there.